think that I just come in there and look for knockoffs, and that's not the case. You know, I'm actually a sharp, smart fighter.
So, well, I'm here. Who wants to fight me?
I really don't care who's in front of me. I don't feel like no fighter beat me.
Demolish everybody, to be honest. Everybody that's in my way. The pinnacle to any weight division is to have all the belts, all of the titles.
Welcome to Bodywork. Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Bodywork Boxing. It feels so good to be back. How y'all doing out there? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. But we all still fighting a good fight. That we find different ways to try to continue to spark with this boxing talk. But it's fight week. You know, if you read the newspaper clippings or take a gander on YouTube, I mean, I'm not sure if you can tell. And there's always a lot of things that's going on. But I told y'all, you know, this year, typically when I get a little frustrated with boxing, I'll step away. This year I said, nope, I'm going to go in. Nope, I'm going to keep putting in that groundwork. Nope, I'm going to keep paving, keep putting in stakes in the ground. Keep sounding off on what's really going on, what's really going down. You know, it's a lot going down, man, but I just want to add my alternative perspective to everything on there, man, and give the 300 something that they can put in a rucksack, man. It's a lot of moving parts. You know, it's a lot of things that's always going on. Mic check, sounding great, but what's new? I appreciate that microphone checker, Cookie Monster. We gonna get into what's new. You know, we gonna get into the goings on. I'm watching and I'm learning, man. I'm gonna take my time, man. I'm gonna take my time and get into things, man. I'm not gonna rush anything, man. See if some of my people gonna come through, so we won't have to do no repeats. But salute to the 300, man. Salute to Johnny Allison. I ain't heard from my man Jose Rodriguez. Jose, holla at me, man. Let me know, man. I need a proof of life. I ain't heard from you. I ain't seen you. Salute to Aaron Jones, man. I know you be putting in them hours, getting in that work, man. You out here in Baltimore. We probably be in and around some of the same areas, man. But you know, I'm all up and through. Yeah, depending on where I'm at, man. I might be on the Eastern Shore. I might be up in Bel Air. I might be scrolling through Baltimore. Like today was one of them all Baltimore days, you know what I'm saying? Johnny Allison, I just said salute. Sean or Xander, both are food for Dev. You know this body. You think so? That's interesting. I looked at it like, yeah, I mean, you know, I kind of got to give credit where it's due. I know that what's going to tell it all for me is when Devin actually selects his opponent. You know, there are some boxers who 80 to 90% of the victory is when they select their opponent. Unfortunately, in team sports, you can't really select your opponent. You know, it get hairy sometimes toward the end of the season. Like, you know, if this team lose and you got to see this person in the first round, or if that team lose, so you might not want, like, you know, you get. But in boxing, there are some fighters that win the minute they select their opponent. So in one breath, when I want to harp on the things, the negativity, and, you know, Bill made the news again recently, but in one breath, how I want to kind of like harp on that, I say, nah, I'm gonna kind of not get too far into it, you know what I'm saying? Because Bill been out of control. I got the videos to show it, like the Bernard Hopkins situation, the Tank mugshot situation, the Carnival situation, Dev getting caught with the strap, the bodyguard situation with Brian Norman. You know, now we got the Tiger Johnson situation. It's so many, and I said that it was gonna come to this. So I think people are actually reporting that the man, I don't even know if they can go to the guard no more. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's wild. But I gotta give them, if I'm gonna you know, take the high road and, you know, speak on them trying to be in a positive vein, then I would say they have made me think and actually respect the fact that they will do something outside of the norm. At the time, I used to like Regis when Dev did that. I couldn't take away from him. I didn't know, you know, we didn't know Regis was going to do whatever, however, perform, however. We didn't know it was a one-way rehydration clause in that fight. We didn't know all of that. So we just reacted to what we saw. Devin dropped him, had his way with him, dominated him. I ate crow. Then, you know, it went on this little phase where, you know, they was doing the same thing, because I always joke around and say that man loves some cougars. That man loves some cougars, man. You know what I'm saying? These aunties, boy, they clutch your pearls when you around Devin, boy, because that man loves some cougars. Like, some of his biggest OnlyFans out here talking about screaming for Pacquiao. Like, think about this, man. People didn't want to see Keith fight Pacquiao. Let that sink in. People didn't want to see Ugas fight Pacquiao. People didn't even want to see Earl fight Pacquiao. When it was rumored that it was going to be Tank, they was, oh my gosh, like, well, how could he? But they are actually vying for Pacquiao, man. I'll just try to, if I try to keep it positive and I try to look at it in the right vein, in the right light, then I'll say, man, listen, I did not think that they were going to pick Brian Norman. All that stuff they were saying and how it's levels and what you going to do when I put you down, all of that, I was, what you call it, flabbergasted when I saw what happened with Brian Norman and how Dev set him down and made him put his hands in his pockets for all them rounds. Yikes! I didn't know. So I had to give him, like, man, you went up there and unstrapped like a boogeyman. I don't know, like, yeah, he a boogeyman. Just like people were saying Gary Russell was a boogeyman before Puello edged him out. Just like people were saying Matias, yeah, he actually sent one up. I mean, Brian Norman got the knockout of the year. He had that shot of Jen Sasaki, man. It looked like he was smacking a home run out the park, the way he threw that punch. I gotta give Dave credit for going up there and do that, man. T.O. didn't do it. Yeah, that's facts. So I'm looking at the landscape and I'm questioning, man, is Devin in a quandary? Is this a big problem to solve? With the sanctioning bodies and all of the hoopla around it, and everybody want to focus on corruption, and now all these boxers are being asked about paying fees and this and this and that. Like, this is in the WBO in every shape, form, or fashion. Because think about it, Keyshawn is the number one spot, right up under his brother Shakur. He's right up under him, and you know, we already know that that's not, you know, Ixnay on the, you know what I mean. That's not happening. But then right above him, you got Xander. And you got news here recently of Bill Haney calling Xander food. And Xander responded and said, you know, they're a clown. You know, they took offense to it. He said he a clown, and you know, right now I'm trying to get Josh Kelly, which has major implications with Boots because they saying that the Virgil stuff is stalled out. It's all these rumors. It's like they playing tennis with us, man. So I laid out the fact that Eddie, man, I've been harping on it. I don't want to go into it because I'm always looked at like I'm hating on somebody, but somebody else say it, then it's not, you know. But Eddie is not doing a great job with Boots. I don't care what anybody say. Yeah, he got him some bread, and Boots ain't hurting, and Boots is a gym rat. But as far as what we got in Boots and what we're getting from him under the leadership and the tutelage of Eddie, yeah, he put money in his pocket, no doubt. People definitely know him. But the kind of things that we could be doing with Boots and seeing with Boots, man, it's you know, I don't know, man. Nobody put no pressure on Eddie, man. So it looked like even though Josh Kelly got his name signed with Boots on it, he's trying to do something else. He said Connor Ben, Josh Kelly, and Boots, they basically said he don't bring nothing to the table. I was like, wow. So Xander is saying if Josh Kelly, we trying to get this Josh Kelly because Xander is trying to unify again. He's really trying to double down on history. He was in the Super Bowl. Like, I mean, is this Puerto Rico's next darling? I mean, when I got empirical data, proof from the 300, saying that he is the face of Puerto Rican boxing. I mean, we could have said Amanda Serrano. You know, I doubt people want to say Jake just because he staked residency there. But he's saying, listen, if Josh Kelly ain't trying to do nothing, then we'll come and put that one back in the defeat column. That's what Xander said. And then Bill, he had to come down in devastating Negro fashion. He had to come out and say that all Latinos is something, man. I said, man. And this man resides in New York. Meanwhile, you know, there's rumors that Shakur slipped up and said that Keyshawn was going to be fighting Devin. We know that Keyshawn he knew well before Jermaine Ortiz that he was going to fight Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz thought he was getting Richardson Hitchens. Richardson Hitchens said that fight was on the fritz. He thought he was going to get Jermaine Ortiz, and then he thought he was going to get Keyshawn, but he doubled down and said that the money wasn't right. Well, we know that Keyshawn knew. We tell you several different times when he got the news, but nevertheless, he knew well before Jermaine Ortiz. And he also stated that he was going to go up to the WBO because first Shakur said he was going to go up there, take T.O. strap, and then he was going to drop the belt and go back down. That's what he said before the fight. He went up there, you know, he got stripped shortly after. We know Oshaki was going to push the button as soon as he came back down to 35, and he said he wasn't going to fight him anyway. There's a lot of belly aching going on the internet. And I'm like, I'm not sure what we're crying about. It all was deflected to the sanctioning bodies. Mauricio and them, he came out and addressed it, said he was going to work with him and do all of this and all of that. When he originally said that he was going to move up, grab T.O. strap and drop it, I said, boxing don't work like that. Keyshawn had already been, even though he had never touched foot into 140 because he had that belt before Abdullah Mason went and fought Sam Nook for it. He blew weight and didn't get the De Los Santos fight. He knew well in advance he was going to fight Jermaine Ortiz. I'm also reckoning that they knew that the plan was Devin. He said that, nah, I'm not going to stay there at the WBO either. So he's like, that belt that they saying, like, he didn't say this, that belt, I'm saying this. That belt that Shakur said he going to win and whatever, I'm not even going for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump up and fight Debo Dev. Then you see him coming out with a makeshift skit where he over there looking for Debo with a wife beater on, picking up a brick, You combine that with what Shakur said, and then you look at what Bill and them is saying, and the stuff that they're stirring up with the Latino fighters and a bullseye on Xander's, if it's real. But then you take consideration what I always say with Devin. And the only time I really didn't see this was with the Brian Norman. This is the only reason why I'm backing off of him in a sense. Just a little bit, a hair, a smidge. Don't blink. It's rare that I do this, but when he grabbed Brian Norman, he showed me, okay, he reached down in his pantalones, confirmed that he had some cojones. Made Brian Norman look like a jabroni. You know, I mean, I gotta give him, that's the last thing. Good last fight, all that. People say that in boxing, okay, so I'll give that to that. To me, it looked like he's in a pickle. And that's the meat and potatoes. I do want to, I'm going to touch on the comments, and I'm going to go through the housekeeping, and we all can cook. Boots now, that's another story. I personally think Bill's keeping them away from that one. Which, you know, when I say you'll go up there, because the Haney boys said that they wanted Dev to go up there and fight Earl Spence. Well, we just got confirmed that Earl Spence is going up there for Tim Tszyu. But when that happened, I said, hold on, man, you'll go up there for inactive. You'll go up there for inactive Earl. Like, man, people talk so bad about Earl, man. It hurt people so bad that man coming back. And I'm like, I don't know why y'all hate when people like Earl come back. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, but Wilder can come back after everything he went through. I mean, Earl can't. I don't know, but they'll go up there for Earl. So that opened up a question. I said, okay, so is that selective or what? So you'll go up there for Earl, but would you go up there for Fundora? Would you go up there for Jermell, another former undisputed, who once he got undisputed didn't never lose? He was inactive, yeah, but like an inactive Earl, but you wouldn't do an inactive Jermell. It just opened up a whole can of worms. That's why when he called Xander food, I was like, in my housekeeping, I said, man, did they open up a can of worms? Actually, Pac, wow, that would be a good one in my opinion. You think Devin Haney and Manny Pacquiao would be a good fight, brother? Like, wow, like what's permissible? I mean, I guess only thing that's kind of keeping me calm here recently, man, so I just don't really spaz, you know, is the fact that when these guys move up and they win belts, they get a one-off. That mean that first fight, now Xander's not doing that. I don't believe that Abdullah Mason is going to be like that. I don't believe that Raymond Mortai, even though it's rumors about who Raymond Mortai is fighting. I don't know. I got to confirm that. I don't think that Raymond Mortai, it's clear that that's not how Brian Norman was moving when he was. That's why I'm still a fan of Brian Norman. But once they win, they get a one-off. They get I guess a circus and involuntary, something that just don't make no sense with what they claim they doing. That's the only thing that's keeping me calm. So if that's that for Devin, okay, cool. You did it with Pacquiao. I just, you know, I hate to bring up Tank, but because I don't want to trigger nobody, but like when it was rumored that Tank was going to do it, nobody was with it. You know, that's just the fact of the matter. You think Thurman gets past Fundora? We're going to find out. Easily baked, Bodywork. Salute, Easily baked. We're gonna find out, Johnny. I like Keith Thurman's odds in that. You know, it's a weird situation where you got supreme experience. You know, maybe Keith learned from his loss to Manny Pacquiao when, you know, underestimating, because he was saying, you know, Manny had T-Rex arms. This guy definitely don't got no T-Rex arms. You know, I think that Fundora and the lateral movement is going to give him a lot of problems. And Keith do got some pop. And when Keith sense it, he know when to turn it off, when to turn it on. Like if Fundora stay disciplined and Keith Thurman ages like overnight because Keith Thurman ain't no spring chicken. I just think that his experience, and if he's still Keith Thurman, if he's healthy, I like his chances. I like his chances. He seemed pretty confident. They got a game plan. I mean, he's waiting. He's hungry. He's sticking with it. He could easily go take Tim. He can go take Tim Bradley's spot. He can go take Andre Ward's spot. Keith Thurman can talk. He's more entertaining. I don't think he'll be as biased. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman got a life out the Boston. He could easily be going to go do that. But the fact that he's so confident and he want to make another little run with Jamel coming back, and I know Earl said he'll never fight Keith Thurman. I'm like, oh man, Earl. But they gonna, I don't know, man. He said he'll never do it, man. So we might not even get a Amir Khan versus Kell Brook like way past his prime the way they did it. I'm like, oh man, like you're gonna miss out on that. But I believe in Keith a little bit the way he's talking. I really do. But we got enough people in here, I believe. I think we got enough people in here. So let me go ahead and get to the housekeeping. Ryan Garcia is trash. I didn't say that. That was Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley said Ryan Garcia is trash and all he got is this and all he got is that. I was like, man, like remember that because we keep seeing these little glimpses of Shakur saying that that's who you want to fight next, which is kind of weird. It's like everybody that is somebody, it seemed like Shakur want to fight everybody that is somebody now to everybody, but like when Tank was fighting them, it wasn't the case. D Calico in the building. What's happening?
What's going on, brother?
What's happening, man? Good to see you, man. Glad you hopped up here, man.
What's up? Glad to be here, man.
That's the natural one. Let me see. That's the natural one to make. In my opinion, I'll bet ESG changes his mind if one time get that strap. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so, man. I hope Earl, because Earl is stubborn as a mule, man. That's my guy. But if Earl got his mind made up, he going, man. What's up? What's up, guys? Bodywork. Salute Melazar. Can't say Bob. But I was just doing this housekeeping, Calico, and we can cook, man. But I'm going over the fact that Tim Bradley said that Ryan Garcia is trash. I find that very interesting right now.
That's the realest thing he ever said.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird though because his man is saying he want to fight Ryan. It's rumors that he going. It's heavily rumored. The rumor.
And I just thought about it. That's what it is. That's the reason he talking crap about Ryan, because Shakur Stevenson is rumored to be fighting him.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like he laying the groundwork for the great Shakur to come up behind everything he say.
Salute Bills. Salute AC. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Brody?
Yo.
Yeah, I'm going through this housekeeping, man. You know, Tim said a lot of things. I think it's a short enough for me to go through it, man. I think it's worthy of being listened to, man, because I got off of Tim because I mean certain people can be criticized, but I think it's short enough for me to be able to play it and get the pause from Tim, because Tim is wild right now. I think he's really realizing that he got a influence on social media. And I had to say this, y'all. I had to say this with Tim. I find it interesting because him and Andre Ward are Hall of Famers. And so it's like they got a right to say whatever they say. I'm just shocked by the approach and how, like, I don't know. I'll be looking at more mentorish things, more positive things to say about all these other guys and not so much gatekeeping. But that's just me. But they are entitled because they're Hall of Famers. I just want y'all to hear like how Tim be talking, man. Like Tim is wild, man. I'm you know.
I saw the video.
You saw it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That nigga was like, bruh, wow, okay. Hey, listen. Here's what it is, my friend. When he said that, he was like, yo, if Ryan let Barrios beat him, Ryan is trash. he's butter doodle or some shit like that. I was like, this dude is he on a different planet. You know what I'm saying? But it made me go back and look and was like, okay, I believe Barrios is a legit 2 division champ. So, hey, I mean, that may be what he's up against, and a guy that's a bit more focused than Ryan. Ryan really doesn't have his career doesn't suffer at all if he loses to Barrios, because he can go in so many other directions that are outside of boxing. So if he beats him, then he could look at some of these other fights that he's actually calling for. That part makes me feel like Ryan may be a little bit focused, because he is speaking on he's like, yeah, I want to fight Shakur next or whatever. So, you know, Ryan might be that dude on those right nights that kills the narrative, because people can't unsee what they saw, no matter how much of a fan you are of that fighter. So Ryan may just be that dude. So at the end of the day, I was just laughing like, I hear what you're saying, Tim. The way you expressed it was kind of funny and wild, but hey, he was pretty emphatic on it.
Let me play it, AC. Let me play it. Let me just play it. It's not that long, y'all. And
my bad.
Chime in or tell me when to pause whenever if y'all got something. But I want to do it justice, man, because sometimes coming from us, it's people. Here they go, but I want y'all to hear it from Tim, man. I want y'all to hear it. I want y'all to hear this, man, because it need to be heard. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing non-profit, educational, or personal use tips to balance in favor of fair. We just want a fair conversation, y'all. So this is Tim Bradley's material. I don't claim any ownership of it. I ain't knocking Tim. He's the Hall of Famer, but I want y'all to hear what he got to say. So that's the only reason why I'm playing this. But listen to Tim. And he says, this is the headline. CTE got me tripping today. He says CTE, so he's playing around about CTE. To give y'all the context. But this is Tim.
Tim doesn't Stone Bradley. You already know the rest. Yeah, I'm up early. Yeah, and I'm feeling damn good. I'm here to talk some damn trash. Yeah. Man, I'm seeing Canelo over here begging Terrence Crawford to come back. You want Terrence Crawford to come back and knock your ass out? You ain't got enough already? What you forgot? You forgot that last round when you got hit with that jab? You like, what the fuck? Yeah, you ready to get knocked on your ass, my man? Hey, bro, you...
So,
yeah,
he begging. That's, huh?
I said that was wild when he said that.
Yeah, man, like...
Keep walking, Canelo. Keep walking. Hey, Crawford trying to save your ass and save your damn legacy by not repeating and fighting your ass. He gonna knock your ass out, Canelo. That what you want? Why don't you go fight Bivol or Benavidez? Why don't you go do that, Canelo? Go do that, Canelo. You better off fighting them dudes, man. I don't know if you can beat them either. But shit, you won't get knocked out by Terrence Crawford. Keep barking up that damn tree, my boy. Shit, he already told you. Hey, he done. He done. Let him be done. Let him be done. Shit, he don't need you. You need him. Shit. Yeah. Anyways.
He don't need, man. Let him go, man.
On another note, Mario Barrios, if you don't get this done, man, damn. This should be easy for you. Easy. Goosen, if you don't get this done, you work with this man, Ryan Garcia, you work side by side with this man for several fights, bro. If you don't get this done with no damn Mario Barrios, bro, you a sorry-ass trainer, too. Yeah. And in Mario Barrios, if you don't get this done against Ryan Garcia, you a sorry-ass fighter. is straight trash. Hey, doo-doo butter. Doo-doo butter. Yeah, Ryan, you trash. You ain't got no right hand. You take your left hand away, and it's over with. Over with. I see you be trying to spook everybody with your power. Yeah, put the body shield on. Put the body shield on. Let me try to break your guts. Yeah. And I see you be trying hard as hell. I seen you when you did with that man Ngannou. Ngannou laughed at your little baby ass punches. He laughed at you. Yeah. And I saw you get discouraged too. You got discouraged. All it takes is somebody that's tough, right? Tough, smart. Take that left hand away from your ass, and you done, bro. Put your ass in that scary shell. When you turn your back, you done, my boy. You ain't got no boxing skills, no real skills. Shit. Who else I need to get on? Oh, Bill. Hey. It came out of your mouth. Why can't it be next, Bill? Yeah, smaller guy. Moving up. He a 135 pounder moving up. He wants some of your ass. He wants some of your son too. Yeah, because I know it's a package. Well, shit, y'all got an army over there. Shit, y'all roughnecking over there. Y'all got an army over there. Y'all crazy as hell, man.
Yeah, he talking about Keyshawn.
Shit, man, Tiger Johnson, your eye okay? Shit, man, they even got little baby Debo over there. Man, the little light-skinned little boy and brother.
Now, this is my thing, man. This is my thing with the Tiger Johnson. This is what I be trying to say, like, from my perspective. I'm not judging Tim, but if I was in his position, wouldn't you take more of a defense for Tiger and be like, and big up him and say, hey, listen, man, if his smoke is fire, then I mean, maybe that's an option or something. But he ain't getting in the way. He ain't advocating for Tiger to get no kind of smoke or nothing. He just deflecting over the clowning Bill and them. I mean, I don't even think he clowning them. But listen,
Devin's brother over there, man, chunking him. Bow, bow, bow. Got your eye, man. What's going on, Tiger? What the hell wrong with you, man? Shit, you should have ran away from the situation. Shit, my dad taught me a long time ago. He's like, man, when you out enough,
it's a Hall of Famer telling Tiger he should have ran, bro.
Man, don't be afraid to run and go the other way. Shit, he's like, you can't be all their asses up by yourself. Shit, ain't no point in being brave. You need to be smart, son. Hey, shit, my dad was like, hey, that's what God gave you feet. You better take your ass out. You don't sit there and want to be brave and chunk up your chest. Shit, that's what happened, Tiger. Shit, you didn't get that life lesson from your pop. Shit, boy, you getting it right here. Next time, you better run the other way. Shit.
So he encouraging the behavior that they be doing. That's why I'm not running, bro. I'm not running.
Me neither.
I'm not. I mean, I understand being smart and picking your battles. And 45, I'm not gonna go around knocking on nobody's doorbell asking for it. But like, come on, bro. I'm not running, bro.
Best thing you ever seen, bro. All them people versus you. Simple old you, bro. You gonna learn, bro. You gotta learn, bro. Shit. But anyways, hey, Big Debo, Bill, that Keyshawn fight gotta happen. That's the fight. That boy calling your son out. He even did the damn little remake of damn Friday. He did a remake of Friday. Debo, where Debo at? Y'all see that clip running on social media? Yeah, where Debo at? Where he at? Yeah, they saying he the one tearing up the town. Yeah, I'm here for him. Yeah. Oh, I'm here for his ass. Where Debo at? Don't run, Bill. Don't run. Make that fight happen. And we heard a little bit. Y'all had a conversation. Keyshawn was like, after I knock this boy out, can we get it done? And you was just like, yeah, I'll honor what we talked about, the DMs and all that. Yeah, honor it, Bill. Honor it. Because I got Keyshawn. Yeah, I know what y'all gonna say. Oh, Tim, you picked Norman Jr., and he didn't do shit. Keyshawn and Norman Jr. are two different damn people. Two different people. Yeah, shit.
It's only like 3 more minutes left, y'all, but I'll leave it there, man. What y'all what y'all think, man? As far as he advocating for Keyshawn.
Man, see, his cheerleading for Terrence Crawford has went to a new level. You know, now he is Bernie the Boxer 2.0. That's what Tim Bradley has become. You feel me? And I mean, hey, for some reason they call this staying on cold. You feel me? But it's not. It's just a little bias, a little favoritism, you know. But somebody gotta hype them dudes up. They don't have a Bill Haney. You feel me? Like they don't have really much to talk about. You feel me? So they need a Tim Bradley. But, you know, they need somebody like that definitely to keep hyping their name up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can't say it. I can't be saying it because I cooked all weekend, man. I'm like, man, it to me, it's like it felt like it fell on deaf ears, man. And I'm job disappointed in Tim Bradley, man. In the stances he taking. No, you could back Tiger. Tiger was on Top Rank. It's like I understand if it's because y'all know that Top Rank stuff that extend, and I'm gonna get it in my last housekeeping right here, number 3. It pertains to that. So let me move on to the number 2 one. 168 still up for grabs, and I say that because some things that we thought was going to happen, like Hamza Shiraz and Diego Pacheco, obviously, one with that being Turkey guy and him having all of the money, I don't know how he went to first bid. It didn't, nothing happened, and now Hamza is scheduled to fight somebody else. Armando Resendiz, he's getting ready to fight Jaime Munguia, which is a great scrap. I think he's gonna put hands and feet on Jaime Munguia. Nobody wants to fight Alcides Iglesias. Canelo said no off the rip. Munguia said no, but then he got Resendiz. So I guess I respect the Resendiz because he got the interim. But like, I'm like, you can get the straight belt with Alcides Iglesias. It's very hard for that man to get a fight. There's rumors that Billy and Canelo might be looking at something, but the last piece of that is that guy Lester Martinez is fighting somebody else. Diego Pacheco, I'm not sure what's going on, man. I thought he was in the mess hall with his chest out, but I don't know if it's a money thing. I don't know, but in my opinion, when I thought that it was going to galvanize quickly, which they don't happen, and maybe I'm rushing, but it's still wide open, man. It just depends on who can make the fights, because we've seen with Bakram and after he did to Tim Tszyu, he couldn't capitalize on his momentum. It's looking like what Boots did to Montes Stanionis, what he did to Lima. He's not going to be able to capitalize on that momentum real quick. It's the classic Blair to Flair, where he did what he did to Broner, couldn't capitalize on it. He left Don King, but he had another fight, then he got sick in another fight, and it's just one thing after another. These guys can't capitalize on their momentum. 168 is still up for grabs, so I'm evaluating that. The last one, Zuffa ain't playing no games. And what I mean by that is that what we got to start realizing, like when you listen to the Tim Bradleys, the Andre Wards, the Mike Cap, however you want to pronounce it, Max Kellerman, those guys, even the extended plan with Malik Scott and LaShawn McCoy, who don't know shit about boxing. When you listen to all these guys, you got to think, man, we're not going to get anything that's going to favor a certain group of fighters. Wink, wink. I saw that at Zuffa, Andre Ward and Max Kellerman were calling and commentating everything. You're not going to hear anything like if it's something. So all of this sanctioning body attack stuff, all of this belts, all of this, I don't want to pay my way. I don't want to pay the cost of doing business. That's what it boils down. I don't want to pay the cost of doing business. I know that this title is going to get me all kind of endorsements and get me on Saturday Night Live as the champ, but I don't want to pay for that. All of that, this is why we're getting that. Because Andre Ward is on the payroll. Max Kellerman is on the payroll for Zuffa. Why are they trying to deflate and devalue the belt? All of the belts. So everybody, the Lennox Lewises of the world, the Floyd Mayweathers, who all have belts. But remember, when Tank told Kambosos, tell him I beat his ass, he can keep them belts, he was wrong. When Floyd said, listen, man, the belts, they going to charge this, and that, he was wrong. Even though there's a significance in the belts, there's a concerted effort to deflate and devalue the belts. And I wonder why. These guys are working for Zuffa. Now, they put on a nice little card. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm still looking at the rules. I'm still evaluating the cards. I'm trying to see how this works because I know it's negative implications if a fighter get a loss or get knocked out or get a draw or something. And it's looking like I'm not sure how these matches. Okay, I'm still evaluating. I don't have nothing. All I know is that the powers that be, when these guys are over there with the Ring magazine, eating crumpets and tea, right? They kissing the nipple ring of Turkey Al-Sheikh. When they're doing that, and then they go over to Zoof and they get a little bag with Dana. Like anything that come out of there, you gotta look at it like it's skewed. You gotta look at it like it's skewed information. The Tim Bradley, it's an extended. That's just an extended top rank thing where he pick and choose. Because remember, he was the same one that came out and pointed out that Brian Norman might have been juicing. Oh, you test this way when he knocked out Jin Sasaki. I'm like, why do you do that to these fighters? Why do you take that stance? The same stance, Tiger, you better run, and it's just you alone. Like, be his advocate. Tell Bill, the older man, the more mature one, allegedly, why he didn't want to go in the bathroom with Roy Jones. But when you got guys like that, and all due respect, because they're Hall of Famers, I mean, they did what they did. They got hit in the head for a living. I didn't. Fair disclosure, full disclosure. But that's the housekeeping, y'all. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, man, where y'all want to start at?
Let me see.
My bad. I was on mute, but I was saying I wanted to start with the 168. When I'm looking at the rankings and stuff like that, that's a vacant belt where Iglesias is, and
Yep.
he's looking at the IBF. You know what I'm saying? Troy Williams is all over the place as far as his rankings and stuff like that. Diego Pacheco is there, but it's not like really known. You know what I'm saying? I think Caleb Simpson, I recently seen him somewhere. I don't remember where, or might have just been, I heard somebody talking about him on a DAZN card or some shit like that. But at the end of the day, where he's at, it doesn't seem like it's a lot of fights because dudes seem to be holding positions. Like Hamza could have easily fought him for the IBF vacant. You feel what I'm saying? But maybe, you know, again, he still to me looks like he belongs at 75. But I could see why in the case with him that rehydration against a guy like Iglesias might not be a smart move. So I would call that, how do you call it? Strategic duck? Which one was that? Body.
Yeah, that's a strategic duck. That's a
in breakdowns.
Oh, I had to remove some of my I think that's the Muscote. That's the Indian runner. that's an Indian runner, man. That's an Indian runner. Yeah, so, that's the when you strategically make a move to not fight.
Yeah, because he's pretty much in the same position for the WBO. Either one of those, he could actually fight for a belt within his next fight. So either he's going to go the WBO route, or, you know, well, he already made that decision, and that was to fight the German dude for that belt. So Iglesias, there's no real smoke for him until he gets a belt, because I think everybody else is going to play you don't have a belt game. Canelo's not going to fight him for the belt because we already know that. maybe Troy Williams is crazy enough, or this Silgian guy. I really don't know, but the division is wide open, and I don't know. It's just like it's not a lot of confidence that once we got dudes with belts, we're gonna see these guys mix it up. We're gonna get the unifications, because I think, a belt for Hamza at 68 and then moving up would probably be what he's actually gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he'll give a title defense against, if Pacheco want to spin the block on that. You feel what I'm saying? He'll give him that title defense and shit like that. That may get him some pull to be able to use some sort of leverage moving up to 75, where Caleb Smith and Dimitri Bivol. I really don't know. I'm hearing mixed things about Bivol, so that's where I'm gonna leave that. So yeah, I could see where 68 is wide open, but 68 right now is not giving me the confidence that it used to until Yo-Yo really gets in the mix.
What do you think about 68?
No, I mean, and plus he's at 60. I got that all fucked up. But I would love to see Yo-Yo up there at 68. But he's down at 60, and he could easily get in the mix there. So it's not a lot of confidence. As far as Zuffa is concerned, I'm kind of falling off that bandwagon even more rapidly, because I see the political games that Andre Ward is playing with this whole Shakur situation. On he did one video where in the beginning he's like, first off, let me say this: if you ain't never paid a sanctioning fee, you can't tell me nothing. And then he went in to try to arbitrarily say that Shakur, the WBC has no right in saying that without them, Shakur couldn't have made that fight as a colliding of two champions. And it's like, that's exactly right. It's part of the FTC, one of the governing bodies of the sanctioning bodies. They're bound by the Federal Trade Commission. So
I got something for that too. That's a part of the segment of the show too. I got something for that. I got empirical proof.
And and that's pretty much where I land my plane, because I was just disgusted with that. Like, bro,
you went out. You went out, AC.
You on the payroll, and that's where I land at.
You went out for a sec. Say that last statement, because you went out. You was out.
Oh, I was just saying that, it was genuinely dishonest, because you have the platform that you have and you purposely misleading people. You're downplaying certain aspects to give a certain look that the WBC was 100% wrong, and Shakur should be in court with them, and he should be talking to his lawyers and all of this. I'm like, man, this is disappointing. Watch you do this. You definitely on the payroll, and that's where I landed.
Yeah, I got something. I'm in this whole segment with the WBO, but this is applicable to the WBC too. But I got something, like I got some things to share too. But what's your take on any of this? Because before you get started, because you could touch on all of it, Calico. But the Ryan Garcia, because I find it interesting that Tim Bradley is saying that, but then it's rumored that Shakur is going to be fighting him. But like, touch on, add to that, and we can cook. D Calico, what you got?
Yeah, I guarantee if we check the film of things Tim Bradley has had to say about Ryan when it pertained to Devin, I guarantee it was never any shade on Ryan Garcia. You know, if anything, he overhyped him. Now all of a sudden, he gonna bring him down to earth because his main man is about to fight him. And I don't think they really want him to fight him. That's why everybody wants to see Ryan Garcia lose to Mario Barrios. You feel me? Because that is a dangerous fight for even Shakur. You know, and like my main thing is like all these guys are like agents for Zuffa, you know? And I think the way I'm kind of seeing it, this is like a plot to lure the very best, which is the black man, get all of the black men in boxing to shift their attention to Zuffa so that all of the history and legacy can be controlled and owned by the other fighters outside of Zuffa. You know? Like basically we'll be making it where, you know, the WBOs and WBCs, IBFs and things will be wide open for the rest of the world to claim territory. They're the best, while we over here fight for only Zuffa.
Now, I'm gonna just ask you this question, Calico. Do you think that Zuffa is the first step to the Ring magazine? It's the shortest way, the shortest path. So if you're a Zuffa champion, you represent us, you give us maybe 3 fights, then we can give you a ring belt for your 4th fight.
It is, AC. I said it a while ago. It's a show with a nice little meaty portion in there where I basically said, and I read the article to prove it, that this is a feeder system for the ring. Because this is a feeder system for it. Like, we literally said that. I was just watching it play out, but that's what this is. It's a feeder system for it.
Yeah, that's the way I see it. So I'm just like, yeah, they want to just control all the ring champions because people say those are the real champions. So if they control the real champions, there is no sanctioning fee or anything like that because there's no sanctioning bodies.
But it's weird. It's fallacious because unless the league, you know, have self-sustained success, which is going to be very, very hard, because the minute, like, it's okay when you the big fish or the medium fish in a big pond, but when you add too many big fish in there, it's going to be reminiscent of what happened with the UFC. I remind people, it was a reason why the baddest man in the UFC, Ngannou, was trying to go get a fight and actually went and got several big fights. Go back. History is going to repeat itself because when you got a quote-unquote plantation like that, and you got all them rules and all that power, and then the rules that they got where somebody lose or take a draw, they could be cut and all that, like, man, it's that, but that's what it is, man, because it's odd that you can take this. The same thing I was saying with, you know, before Zuffa, but this is pre-Zuffa. I was saying it's crazy how Turkey Al-Sheikh is pointing these guys. He's not arbitrarily just pointing these guys out. He's saying, I want that talented guy right there. It's like, no, these guys were undisputed. Like, when you look at what he did with Bivol and Baturiev, the only reason why he really did that was because of politics and what was going on in Russia. The boxing world, the boxing heads knew we should have got that fight, but no promoter was going to be like, all right, take this. And then Bivol couldn't do anything for a while. They could not do it. They was not going to sanction. It was no haps for a little while. He came in right after that and threw that fight on, and it made it seem like, yeah, but that was already ready-made, and these guys were already accomplished. These guys had already meandered and matriculated through the ranking systems. Like, it's like, this is like the silliest conversation. When I listen to everybody else talk about this, I'm like, y'all are trying to devalue the system that allows you these people to go up. Yes, there's corruption because some people get bored and they move into the rankings. But for the most part, how do these guys get up there and be sustained champs or be high in the ranking for you to even look and know who they are? Like, you want to negate all of that and then say, yeah, it's the ring. Okay, so what happened when you get all these all these big fish in that pond and you do that, it's going to implode, just like what happened with UFC and Ngannou. And while all them guys was crying about their money and what happened when they started becoming that guy. Watch. That's what I got on that, man. I'm just it's nasty work, bro. It's like, and that's why I say, like, it's not that I have anything against them guys like the Wards and Timothy Bradley. I'm disappointed in them, and I can't say nothing because I never laced them up. I went to Iraq, I went through basic, I went through all that shit, but I can't talk about no boxing now because I never laced them up and I never had to pay a sanctioning fee. GTFOH.
Yeah.
That's what I got to say about that, because y'all, these guys are on payroll, and it's disgusting because I'm gonna leave y'all with this, and we can transition to this. And this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I promise. You will not allow this to happen in your hood. You will not encourage somebody to outsource the work. Like if somebody moving on the block, like I always laugh at it, and I say that shit that Tommy did when he left New York and went to Chicago and did, that would never happen. Like, but y'all are endorsing that to cave in the American, the very system that paid y'all and got everybody knowing y'all by a household name. Y'all want that to implode now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to set us up the river. Like, if y'all read some of these stories and how we got sold up the river, if you want to believe that aspect of it, which I think is more to it, but if you want to believe that aspect of it, that sliver of the pie, how we got sold up the river, you are seeing it in real time. There's nothing new under the sun. And there's times and seasons where everything ebbs and flows. And this is where we're at now. We're coming full circle around to where they're selling the boxing world up the river. And y'all don't even realize it. Just like Turkey. Everybody was coming. I said, he's a Trojan horse. Is he making American? He's a Trojan horse. Yeah, it's gifts and all that. Yeah, it's something to see and behold. But it's a poison pill in there. It's a virus in it. And we're seeing it. Yep. So that's what I got on that, y'all.
See, for me, it's my avatar. That sneaky ass devil in the detail. If you never pay attention to the devil in the details, you will never get the plot. You can get the plot long before the plot is revealed if you just follow the devil in the details as each thing unfolds. You feel what I'm saying? And that's one thing that we do very well over here. You feel what I'm saying? Is the fact that we're following all the little details, you know what I'm saying? And then we expose those little details, and then people say we hating. And then when the big picture and the whole reveal happens, we was like, see, if you listen to what we saying, it was just the bouncing ball because the details, the devil in the details, revealed this. If you let a serial killer talk enough, he's going to tell you where, you know, that he did something crazy. Or you're going to realize he's crazy, or he might be or she might be a serial killer. So at the end of the day, bro, it's very easy to notice what's going on. And to look at what Zuffa is doing and to look at the agenda, because it's based off of two fighters. It's based off of two fighters that they want to tell us now are the two most relevant fighters to ever lace up a pair of gloves. More relevant than Ray Leonard, more relevant than Ali, more relevant than Tyson and many other people and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So between Terrence Crawford first choosing at a strategic time, at a political expedient strategic time, to single out the WBC, and then decides to retire because he just left that seed in the ground. Mm-hmm. It starts to grow, and then Shakur, knowing that they had to have approached him, he then waters it. And now every interview you watch, every platform, even what's the black ball dude's name? That has the podcast. He does the interviews.
Cigar?
Ball dude. Brian Custer.
Brian Custer? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So even Brian Custer is feeding into the narrative because he keeps asking, so what do you think about this whole sanction and body situation? So they're trying to get fighters to actively complain about the sanction and bodies, where you're looking at fighters that are supposed to be the premier guys when Brian Custer talks to you. When Brian Custer talks to you, you are there. Whether people want to recognize your stardom, whether people want to recognize you're the face of whatever boxing, that interview with David Benavidez solidified that David Benavidez is the face of Mexican boxing, hands down. Because we haven't seen a Ben Rodriguez and a Brian Custer. I don't think there's one out there. I've never seen it. You feel what I'm saying? So he's on that platform. Huh?
You go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
He's on that platform, and then he asks him about that situation, knowing the audience that Brian Custer has with the PBC crowd and just the boxing world, period. I was like, I said, yeah, you got me questioning you, Brian, right now. Are you in on the Zuffa thing, or are you getting paid just to ask the question? To see who's full bite?
Just a puppet. Yeah, he's just a puppet.
So, yeah. So with that, I'll just land it right there, and I'll let the good brother D Calico give his take on it.
Yeah, man. Like, it's very obvious. Like, people want to call it staying on code. It's so odd, right? But if it was truly staying on code, we would have been on code like this for the likes of Deontay Wilder, the likes of Errol Spence, the likes of Gervonta Tank Davis. You know, none of them were in unison, but they all had the same plight. They all had the same argument and struggle, and the rest of these guys, none of them supported what they were doing, you know, because they thought it was like a selfish gain type of thing. But like we've never seen nobody slicker than Terrence Crawford, because by him making the scene about not paying one sanctioning body, he simultaneously didn't pay any of them. That's the whole retirement thing. It's just his way of getting out of paying anybody anything. You know, this is why Bob Arum says he lost millions. You know, with Terrence Crawford all of these years, right? Because Bob Arum was paying the damn bills. Bob Arum is the reason this guy was a champ, because obviously as soon as he, got in the driver's seat, he don't want to act right. He only want to pay his damn bills, you know. So I don't know what a boxer think he would be without those belts. You know, that he always talking about he's about you feel me, legacy. But that would be impossible without the belts. That's also impossible without paying your sanctioning fees. So he just doesn't want to see another Terrence Crawford ever. He don't want anybody to outdo what he's done. So he's gonna, guide the youth away from the belts altogether. You know what I mean? These guys are trying to close the door on legendary status because he barely made the cut in comparison to the ones before him. But now, yeah, they're trying to close that door. Make people take a whole completely different route, which is not a legacy route.
It's funny because it's just like I say, everything come in full circle. What's up, Smoke?
What's good?
But right after this, salute, man. I'll toss it over to you after this. But it's odd because when I speak about it, I gotta be clear and say that I'm not looking at it in what terms. Now, yes, I always talk about precedents. He set major precedents. Canelo was setting precedents. Devin was setting precedents. Tank was setting precedents. I'm like, this is people gonna move like these guys because those are the names. So I don't single out Bud because I go back to things that Floyd said. Floyd used to say it too. A lot of these guys used to say it. It's like, but now everybody is acting like people before them. I just use Floyd. Well, other people have talked about it. I just think that it's odd now how they're pushing it and how they're really, nobody ever tried to like straight up devalue it. Like, no, I've never seen this. It's like, yeah, everybody cry about corruption. I always say that that's a sliver of the pie. It's corruption in anything. If I was in the army, I was in the military, and do you find it odd that it was a government contract for all this war equipment and we was at war, and come to find out that powers that be had stakes in it and all that? So it's like, yeah, it's a political, like if you've read any book about these things happen. It's nothing new under the sun. My whole thing is the stance that people are taking now, where I'm like, man, you at the top of Mount Kilimanjaro talking about it, but what about last night? What about yesterday? What about last Saturday? What about the outrage when everybody else gets stripped? This is not just the WBC. It's corruption in it all. But we can't just stand on and look at corruption in the midst of them trying to actually devalue the whole system to where that's how we know these boxers. That's how you. It's got to be some criteria because it's going to be the Wild Wild West. And I'll land right there. But what you got, Smoke?
I think paying like weighing in too much on it. Like, either you're gonna pay the sanction fee or you're not. You're gonna keep the belt or you're not. If you feel like you're tired of paying that damn fee, don't pay it. I don't think Bud is the reason that everybody's starting to ask that question now. I think they've been wanting to ask that question, and he's just the first one to say it. Then how you gonna strip me of a WBC belt that I didn't defend? I didn't nothing. I fought for the WBO at 140. You telling me I gotta give you $125 for not representing your belt? Man, if you don't go find a pebble to kick in a damn rock field.
Yeah, but that's what. Okay, you just transitioned to something. I'm gonna show y'all something, and this is applicable. We went over the rules. I'm not. It's just like this. That boots. This is the like that stuff they see me talking about, the details. I don't even want to get into that, but I am going to show. I'm gonna show y'all this just to help y'all see something, because I'm gonna transition to this and try to keep the convo going on the upside. In this situation, this is a factor. A-side problems. I asked this question. I said, okay, you know, Tank is out of the picture right now. You know what I'm saying? When the cat's away, the mice will play. And there's some big names, there's some big plays, there's a lot of things going on. We removed Tank from the situation. People can say I'm biased. I'm just looking at it and analyzing everything. All of these guys are with the WBO. And I asked myself, I said, okay, if we weren't so engulfed in the whole drama of everything, the WWE, WWF, the Jerry Springer stuff, like the press conferences and who smacked who and who did what and who got paint spilled on them, if we wasn't into that, we would be looking at, like, how can we make the fight happen? As fans, the way we can make the fight happen is by knowing the rules. I asked myself, Devin Haney moved up. He jumped up there. He fought Brian Norman. He got the WBO strap. He is not the super WBO strap, but he has the WBO strap. Xander Zayas has the WBO strap. Keyshawn is number one for Shakur's WBO strap right down there, and we know they're not fighting. He's saying, hey, listen, I'm out here looking for Debo. Dev is saying that Xander is food. I'm looking like, man, you got a problem right now. Only thing is, Xander might have an escape with Josh Kelly, which if he's gonna go and do 3, nobody's gonna knock that. Unifications trump anything else. However, there was a time when Bud used his WBO when he was down at 140 and how he moved up and put himself into position. If we're keeping it WBO, let's not color outside those lines. Keeping it WBO. He used his leverage as a WBO. He was a super. But he used his leverage as a WBO and moved up and got Jeff Horn. That was his induction into the welterweight division. He came up strap for strap, move right up, boom. Give me that strap. I'm in here. I'm a champ. That's how he did it. That can happen. That can happen. Yes. Under the W. So can a champ move up and challenge? Yes. Under WBO rules, a champion from a lower weight class can move up to challenge a higher weight champion, particularly if they are the WBO super champion, which allows them to petition for mandatory challenger status in other divisions. If successful, they must decide within 10 days which title to retain. Key details regarding the scenario include super champion privilege. A WBO super champion can request to be designated as the mandatory challenger for a higher or lower weight class. Decision period. If a WBO champion wins a title in a different weight class, they must decide within 10 days which title to retain, says WBO regulation. Alternative methods. Even without super champion status, even without super champion status, fighters often challenge for titles in higher weight classes, but if they win, they are generally required to vacate their previous title. While possible, this action often requires approval by the WBO committee, especially for granting immediate mandatory status. When there's a will, there is a way, and there are rules. It's not just with the WBC. That's just a sliver of the pie, keeping it in line with today's top of the WBO, but they all have them. They all have them. I don't see nobody up the IBF's butt with a flashlight, but they're one of the most persistent, and they had that 10-pound rehydration, so you ain't going to be weight bullying. They all got rules, and that's according to the WBO. So is Devin stuck? Like, what do y'all think about these rules? Like, yes, he's not the super, but he's still a champion moving up, and he can do it. If he pulled that trigger, should he say less, or is he really caught?
No, I like what you're saying, and I just wanted to add real quick that's the whole point of paying your damn sanctioning fees. You have no A-side ability. You have no say-so unless you're really a champ. And you're not just a champ because you can fight. No, you're going to need that strap. So that means you had to pay your sanction fee. That's a prerequisite, man. Like, we got to stop acting like, like we approve of the bullshit. It's no different than a guy having an awesome-ass car, but he don't even have a driver's license.
Depending, what that rule also tells you is you're that champion of the WBO. You do right by the WBO by becoming taking on the new ranking of becoming the super champion, which means you have to drop the other belt. You don't get to keep both, so you drop the lower belt. Now you're the super champion. As the super champion, you're awarded all of these luxuries because the company has trust in you. They said you represented us extremely well. You became our super champion. Whenever that day comes, you want to challenge somebody at a higher or lower division, you got our blessing, hands down. No question. And within the guidelines of all the sanctioning bodies, you have 10 days to decide. 14 days after your decision if you don't like the answer, and 30 days you wait for the resolution. So at the end of the day, you can clearly see within those rules, or maybe it's part of their bylaws, that they're just saying, listen, you treat us well, we will back you. We will do whatever you can do. And as we heard Devin Benavidez say, he has no issues because they let him negotiate and yada, 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 if you're doing right by the sanctioning bodies. So that's just what it is. And that whole WBO situation, we praised it 1,000 times when it came down to Terrence Crawford. I'm on record on other channels saying, listen, I like the WBO belt the best because that allows the champion you know, once you get your title defenses in and you become the super champion, it's the belt that gives you the best movement. Like no other belt gives you the ability to go up and directly challenge the champion and make him your mandatory. Other belts, yeah, you may be able to do it if the champion calls you out. But if he don't call you out, you in the top 5 somewhere. Then you gotta wait. That belt right there, all right, I'm your super. I want that fight. Okay, we'll mandate it. If he don't take the fight, he's stripped. That's simple.
You know, AC, let's break it down just a little bit simpler, man. And I want to get y'all take on this. And I want to get y'all take on this, but I'm gonna leave you with this. I'm gonna ask y'all this. I always was taught, like, even when it comes to anything, you can't pull the chair out from up under somebody and don't have something else. If y'all think that the answer is Zuffa, then okay, you stake it, you planting your foot on that, and you're gonna put your eggs in that basket, and that's risky business. Because we just saw what happened in Ghana and all that. I told y'all that. But they're like, okay, let's just say they just start saying, nah, I'm not paying. How are these fights gonna get sanctioned? So then they're gonna have to do their own money. They're gonna have to negotiate. They're gonna get raked over the coals, bro. It's the same reason why in South Carolina I couldn't go to the auction and just get properties. Why? Because they were grouped together, linked up, that old money against little old me. They were just out there just like not upbidding, like outbidding everything because it's the old money. Like you really think that the people that paved the way and forged these relationships, well, they ain't even got to do nothing. It's like, all right, this the paperwork for this, that. It's automated already. Y'all gonna go to doing that yourself to sanction these fights? As hard as well oiled as this machine is that y'all want to rip out, y'all don't want to pay. Like they work for free. It's always flies in the ointment. It's always issues. But if you tear that away, what is the alternative? Because we're a solution-oriented place. Like somebody talk to me. If y'all want to encourage these boxers to not do that and to move like this, to move like Bud, to move like Shakur, to move like all these guys, even though Mel just said, hey, I paid my fees. Zab Judah said, hey, man, I paid my fees. It was an honor. He said it was an honor. David Benavidez said, man, listen, I have no problem. I pay my fee. Everybody. But this recency stuff, if y'all pull this away and y'all encourage this, and y'all look past wanting a big fight next week or this summer, and y'all look at boxing for the long haul, what's the alternative?
Well, I have to say it like this. For me, as much as they gonna try, it's going to wind up being a epic fail because you got a whole market of fighters that are already within the sanctioning fees and within striking distance of getting a belt and stuff like that. To give all of that up and cap yourself, and your only possible way is when they decide it's a big enough fight for a ring belt, and then they're gonna break you off with a pay. You effectively are losing all your ability to negotiate on your best interest as the fighter. You feel what I'm saying? And joining Zuffa to me is that's the first step. That's the first of your rights that you give up. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you're no longer protected by the Muhammad Ali Act. You may no longer be protected by the boxing health thing, the bill that passed in 1996. You feel what I'm saying? That protects fighters' health and shit like that. You may no longer be under that because there's no sanctioning body. You may no longer be under that because you're not no longer represented by the actual boxing commission or the state commission. Who knows what the ramifications are once you really sign to Zuffa? And if you really look at it,
hey, you can't even come in a Zuffa ring with any kind of sponsorship on you. Like you could have got paid $1 million to routinely wear your, costume.
I don't think it goes anywhere because Pro Box is a pathway. So it is what it is.
Yeah. I was just hearing how recently, like, you know, Zuffa controls what they wear, what the boxers wear in the ring, so they can't have any sponsorship on them.
Wow.
Yeah, like to the point, like you could be a big time star that's already have $1 million endorsement, but anytime you get in a Zuffa ring, you would not be able to wear that uniform or that costume.
That's the contract you signed.
Mm-hmm. So what it is, Zuffa is making minimum wage boxers. You feel me? It's keeping those guys that were bottom feeders. It brought them up to minimum wage, but it's bringing all of the great fighters down with them.
All those fighters really great.
I'm talking about the guys that get paid great.
Well, them guys is overpaid. I can tell you like this.
I feel like they earned it.
I don't know if you've seen. I don't know if y'all know.
It's a business. So if you bringing in, if you putting asses in seats, then that's worth something in itself right there.
All right. So tell me pay-per-view stars right now.
Jake Paul.
Outside of him.
Now you're being funny though. I'm just saying that even a person like him with no talent, because he puts asses in seats, like he deserves what he gets.
But he got his own promotional company. So tell me a fighter that's gonna be a Zuffa that put asses in seats. That has ever put asses in seats like that.
Well, I feel like Bam Bam is ready to blow, and he joined Zuffa. Bam Bam is ready to be like a real superstar.
I think that ain't go through. I think Eddie. I gotta do some more work, but I think Eddie could have matched that or something, and he kind of was like, all right, if I got you. So.
Mm-hmm.
But can I just
wait, real quick? Let me tell y'all this. Jihad Tucker. Hey, see, he's fighting in Huntington. At the Paramount. Think about that. From being at the Hulu, going to Canada, going overseas, and he could use a Zuffa check right about now. He don't put ads in seats. He's fighting at the Paramount in Huntington Village.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. People like Speedy Rashidi.
Yeah,
it's good for them. It's good for those guys.
It's good for them. But if you go over there because you was overpaid, now ain't nobody paying you, and now you gotta take that deal.
Yeah,
you gotta take that deal, bro. You gotta sign that contract.
Yeah, you fool. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna get 2 to 3 fights a year. You're gonna be on TV. You gotta put on. Now, for me to go see Jihad, I gotta drive 45 minutes. And then the ticket's probably going to be like $20, $30.
Now that price make it worth it.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you fighting at the Paramount and at the Ton, that's really, really local. Really, really local. And a lot of people from the area don't know him. He's known more out of the state, but that's how New York pretty much is. You got to leave to come back when it comes to New York. So certain guys, if you sign that Zuffa deal, you know you need that fight. I mean, he's not even getting a. I mean, they at least gave Tiger pro box. I don't even know if Jihad's the headline.
I don't know. See, he may not. I don't know if who promotes Jihad.
Top Rank. He's still with Top Rank. Talking about his management team. It was, if I'm not mistaken, he was underneath his management / promotion / all that. He's with Top Rank and Jay Prince.
Okay, so he could, long as he got a promoter, he could fight on Pro Box. They just never put it out there for him like that. So, before I get into that, I just wanted to address 93 Octane. What he said, the WBC effed over Benavidez worse several years ago. Had Canelo as Canelo's Mando, where's the mediocrity? A lot of people like to bring up situations with Canelo and the WBC. What people forget is, I'm going to say this that there is no Mexican fighter since the WBC has been started that made more money for them than Canelo Alvarez. the WBC made a whole belt, a new designation because of Canelo Alvarez. So he can do what the fuck he wants to do. We have to remember that same Canelo Alvarez told the WBC, fuck your belt. You cannot make me fight anybody. I'll drop this shit. And then the WBC, they said, well, our champion has spoken and we support our champion's decisions 100%. So that lets you know. So what you got to understand is it doesn't matter who the WBC fucked over in relationship to Canelo Alvarez. David Benavidez does not make a third of the fucking money that Canelo has made for the WBC. Like we said earlier, when you treat these companies well and you represent their belts extremely well, you become the franchise.
He said, "Fuck your belt, bro."
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait. I ain't gonna let you do that about my boy David. Not gonna let you do that. David lost that belt twice by not losing. Okay, he had some problems. Cool. He worked his way back. And then you wait till he moved to 75 to say, oh, if you come back down right before your fight is about to be publicized, he may give you a Canelo fight. Bro, go fuck yourself, WBC. You gave the same franchise belt to Lomachenko. You said the franchise belt don't transfer. How the hell T.O. wearing the watch?
Because it's their belt, they make
I ain't trying to hear that, bro. I ain't trying to hear that.
It's their belt, they make the rules.
Cool. So I don't have to pay you. Fuck your belt. I don't have to pay you because I see how you're doing over there.
The way you feel, you'll never be a WBC champion.
So I don't care, bro. I don't care. Fuck your belt. You let Jamal Charlo. You let Jamal Charlo get high on psychedelics for 2.5 years. You never stripped him.
They didn't let Jamal Charlo do a fucking thing.
They let Jamal Charlo eat that belt, not fighting nobody, getting high on psychedelics.
That's what he got high on. Was what he got high on. The WBC.
You strip his brother. You strip his brother. You strip his brother when he pays section fees.
Bro, what is you talking about?
Nah, fuck that, bro. Because y'all act like the WBC is this great, this prestigious. No, they've been crooks since they started. You strip his, you strip Jamel Charlo.
Hold on. Who you saying? Y'all, I don't say this. Like, I've been keeping the same. Like, when I got a whole thumbnail, I got a string of videos I was digging in.
I'm talking to AC right now. I'm talking to AC.
I'm just telling you. I'm telling you the business part of it. You don't like the fact that David Benavidez does not make that kind of money for them.
So the business work for certain
you're pissed off at the fact that David Benavidez and Jamal Charlo do not generate the type of money that this person. Look at Michael motherfucking Jordan in the fucking NBA that you always talk about. A motherfucker breathes on Jordan wrong. Yo, you gotta take you out of here. You gotta take you out of here. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Nike made a whole motherfucking sneaker about this.
No, I don't feel that shit at all.
I'm not gonna
I don't feel this shit at all, man. So what you're saying is that it's cool when you do it, but it's a problem when I do it.
No, you don't make the money I make. So
I don't, bro. Why you keep bringing it up? Well,
if you don't make the money I do, you don't eat where I eat. You don't fuck the bitches I fuck. You nobody. You don't.
And you is adding to the shit because if the bitch ass motherfucker won't fight nobody,
I have a problem with the WBC.
Hold on. Because when Bud whipped his ass, Bud became his big star. He wasn't willing to let David Benavidez beat that ass and become the next Mexican star.
It don't matter.
So it do fucking matter. No,
you can be mad at Canelo the person.
It do fucking matter. Because you want to make it matter for when you want it.
But it doesn't
you want to make it matter for when you want to make it matter, bro.
All of that money.
You want to make it matter for when you want to make it matter. Fuck that. I'm standing on mine. If you pay it, you pay it. If you don't, you don't. Fuck these crooks. I'll fight for your belt. I'll pay the sanctioning fee to fight for it. Then I'll drop it and not pay you, like Floyd kept doing. So fuck WBC. Fuck. Like, Hold on, we acting like that man didn't strip a fighter, put him in a lose-lose situation. So Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. bitch ass to get the belt because he fuck with his dad. Now you want to talk about WBC bullshit? How far you want to go back?
So what does that have to do with the matter of someone bringing up Canelo Alvarez versus Devin Benavidez? And I'm telling you, it's a financial situation. You want to get all personal now.
Nah, I'm not getting
like,
personal.
None of that shit matters.
I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping that
It
history.
does not change the facts.
I'm keeping the history.
Hey, listen. I'm
fucking
gonna
with
keep
the
that
WBC.
1940s TV show. Just the facts, ma'am. Just the
I
facts.
just gave you facts. I just gave you facts, and you just want to be like, well, them ain't my facts, so they don't count. So fuck your facts too.
That all of that matters, but it doesn't change the fact that
All
David
that matters,
Benavidez
but
does
that
not
shit is
generate
crazy.
the money that Canelo Alvarez generates for the WBC. So
You
of
gonna get
course he's gonna get
300,000 regardless. Regardless, you gonna get your 300,000, your 100,000. You gonna get it.
Ignorant to favoritism. Now favoritism is not a real
You're
thing.
max out. They can't charge you no more than 300,000.
So now favoritism is not a real thing.
Bro, we
Because
just heard
of what you
Charlo-
generate from me.
We just heard Charlo say I paid all my sanctioning fees, and they still stripped me.
Okay.
What you mean? So why would I pay the
But you
sanctioning?
don't generate the money like he does.
What you mean? I generated enough money over that fight.
But the way I see it, y'all both got a good point. Y'all just on two different sides. The thing is, it wasn't just the WBC that stripped him. This is what I be trying to talk about. This is what I be trying to say about selective outrage. Like, because when he stepped in the ring, he got stripped. Everybody said something when Bud got stripped. Like Lamont Roach just got stripped. Nobody said nothing. Like, they stripped. Like, people get stripped every day. People get favoritism like Ryan Garcia. If we're gonna be outraged, why we not outraged that Ryan Garcia is getting a title shot coming off of that performance with Rolly and getting stopped? Like, in that, like, I mean, it's selective. It's two different things. There is corruption in all of these sanctioning bodies.
Yes,
I don't think that that's good to be able to discount you paying them fees and like, because it's like people don't understand how the business work when you encourage to do that, because that's how you are. Like before he stepped in that ring with T.O. in Shakur's case, he was recognized as what? The lightweight WBC champion. Like, if he was gonna go on Saturday night, so that's what he paid for. The likeness to that title, all of that stuff. Like, in the fact that they said
nobody in the ring. They never said it in the ring.
But they got insurance, they got all this. So when people be starting GoFundMe's and you see, like, and they say that a portion of it, but see, the thing is, people want to get in there and get with a flashlight. But I'm saying there's 3 other sanctioning bodies. The issue that you brought up as far as getting stripped, there was 3 other sanctioning bodies here where he got stripped. Like, so y'all talking to 2 different things. Y'all got valid points, but we can set this a debate. We can make a debate out of it.
Is he fighting? Hold on. When we were just talking about Ryan, I just want to say this. What belt is Ryan fighting for? Say it, AC.
I don't even know. What is
He's
that?
fighting for the WBC corrupt bullshit belt. You want to talk about Ryan? We can do that too.
So let's have.
Who allowed him to come off?
Pop, let's have this debate.
Let me finish. Who allowed him to come off an asinine loss and give him a title shot off the rip? Who did it? Who?
But they let him do the same thing. Hold on, they let him come off of but who let him come off of a suspension and get a shot for what him and Rolly had going on? Who let them do that? What sanctioned body did that?
He paid to get in that WBA.
But okay, so listen. So Pop, to AC's point, because of the following that Ryan got and the money he got, it affords him many opportunity. Meanwhile, Richard Hitchens, he can't do nothing. He ain't the ace out to nobody. He can't get a fight. Jermell Charlo now is perceived as being a bagger. You see what I'm saying? But Ryan is making that bread. So it's like, you know, this thing is multifaceted. If y'all want to debate straight up about whether or not to pay the sanctional fees and all that, again, we can organize all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that the corruption part is a sliver of the pie.
Yeah.
But I want to know what the solution is to if we let what Floyd did that because, and this is I'm gonna land right here. Floyd did it because of the amount of money. Like, you realize, like, people don't start acting weird until they start making a whole bunch of money. Because we never heard some of these guys complain about none of these sanctioning fees up until now. But how many times we undisputed? We just heard them complain about sanctioning fees. Shakur, how many? He's a four-weight division. This is the first time we ever heard him. And ironically, Zuffa is popping his ugly ass head up out of there. Like, come on, bro.
So let me say this.
I've been WBC champion alone.
So let me say this. I my issue with this whole conversation is no one complains. No one's coming out with a legit complaint when we're talking about one sanctioning body or all sanctioning bodies with favoritism to the guy that's bringing in the money, the actual big fish. You feel what I'm saying? The whales that we talk about. Everyone knows when you bring in the big bucks, you get a certain amount of leeway and favoritism. When you do good business and you bringing in the big bucks, bro, it's you're a kid in a candy store with a American Express black card. Nothing else matters. You feel what I'm saying? So let's complain about the thing that really matters. This other micro bullshit is all bullshit to drive everybody to debate something that a lot of dudes really don't understand. But the main point is to muddy up that water so fucking well that over there it makes Zuffa look good, make Zuffa look like the option, because you've seen it in what people say. Well, fuck them sanctions, just go over to Zuffa. A guy loses, go over to Zuffa. You feel what I'm saying? A guy can't get a fight he wants, go over to Zuffa. Everything is go over to Zuffa. When Pro Box came out, Pro Box was looked at as something that was like, oh my God, why would I go to Pro Box? Why would I do this? Because Zuffa is backed by Dana White and the Turk. So the Turk already established the brand. You've already established Nike. He already established Adidas, Puma. You feel what I'm saying? Now he just put Dana White as the salesperson. He's already had everybody buy into the brand. Turk is great for boxing. I said it. I bought into that when it first happened. So at the end of the day, bro, that's the way I look at it. Let's complain about the thing that really fucking matters.
So what's the thing that really fucking matters?
The thing that really fucking matters is the inconsistency on how these people apply their rules within the favoritism. Okay, if you're the big fish, we'll give you that. But these other lower situations, there is no excuse for what you did. There is no excuse for I forgot the young black fighter who was out on a legit injury and they stripped him and the WBC stripped him for inactivity. I was like, whoa. The WBC and other sanctioning bodies stripping fighters. Why wasn't the sanctioning fee shit brought up? Because Bud Crawford still had to pay that sanctioning fee for the IBF belts.
He paid every other sanctioning fee, every other sanctioning body. They accepted it.
The only sanctioning body that ever actually stripped him was the IBF. But you got a problem with the WBC. But the IBF is the one who fucked you over twice.
When they fuck him over twice.
You got a problem with the WBC. That's the bullshit that I'm talking about.
Get the belt?
That's the devil in the detail.
Yeah, that's the one time. That's the one time they told him that. Yeah.
But that's the devil in the detail. Everybody's
one time they told him that.
Because Terrence
we know the IBF will do that though. But the IBF is known for doing that. That's the sanctioned body that we know that's gonna keep it. They're gonna stick to their word. That's what the IBF do. But when we talking about like WBC, you want to talk about like did you forget how the WBC almost gave Ryan Devin's belt if he ain't getting the ring?
I haven't forgot about none of that stuff. But the point I'm saying is, Pop, I don't disagree with you on what we would consider corruption. But on that flip side of that corruption, there is the other side to that, the B side to that says, listen, everybody who brings in the big bucks has the big following, is the guy that everybody's talking about, has the real bank account to prove who he is inside the ring and outside the ring. It's a privilege for them to have that guy represent their belt or represent their sanctioning body. So they're going to give every opportunity because they know if I give you the belt, bro, I don't have no issues with you. Plus, you're going to bring all of these fighters to my fights.
Hey, let me give you a real time example, man. Because before everybody starts skedaddling, I want to get through this real quick. Let me give you a real time example, man, to make this make sense. Look at what 93 Octane said, and this is true. I went off about this. Stephen Fulton missed weight versus Shock for Superfly. What did WBC do? They rewarded bad behavior and conveniently made it a light-term interim title fight right on the spot. So, and they had already promised JDR Herrera and Nunez that their fight was going to be forward. Now, they went on to fight and JDR Herrera stopped him. So now he is. But listen to this, when Fulton missed weight at 130, they made it a 135 interim. O'Shaquie had already said he was going to push for that because he wanted to be Shakur's next fight. Because he was pushing the button. Well, when he won it, right? O'Shaquie had a certain time frame, just like with that WBO. That said 10 days. You got to go look that up and see what it was. He had a time frame. When Shakur said he wasn't going to fight him, O'Shaquie was like, "Well, shoot, I'm gonna go down to 130 and wait for the winner of Navarrete and Nunez, since I'm not going to get that." So my thing is to make all of this make sense when we be focused on the things. If they didn't strip Shakur, it was going to go back down to 35. If that's what he said he was going to do, O'Shaquie was going to push the button. He was going to become that. He was going to become it. He did it when he did this. He was going to become that guy. But Shakur get to say, nah. But nobody, this is the point. Nobody was outraged when they was getting ready to reward Stephen Fulton for being a fat boy. But Keyshawn, he had the WBO. Keyshawn, he blew weight and his title wasn't on the scale and all that. They was getting ready to reward Stephen Fulton because of his the tenure that he had, the relationship he had, all of that. That gave him grace. That gave him whatever it was. So we got examples of where it helped these guys out when they're doing what they need to do by the books. So let's not get pigeonholed into the corruption aspect. That's a sliver of the pie.
Yeah.
But these things are things that come along with the cost of doing business. That's all it really is. I don't want to harp on it. I know D Calico, he don't normally stay that long. Smoke, you don't really come over here that much. Y'all talk to me about this. Talk to me about this. Like, where we at? What we doing? Do Devin got A-side problems because he's saying Xander is fool? His father just offended all the Latin fighters. Keyshawn out here talking about where Debo at, going back to Debo crib. Where is Devin at? Like, is he stuck like Chuck, or is he what? What's going on, y'all?
Nah. Like, everything for Devin is a big fight. Devin ain't even playing with him. Like, Keyshawn is really the smallest fry on the list, but he's making a lot of noise. So even that's interesting. But as far as some super legacy type fight, like, people don't want him to fight Xander because they don't want him to go down in the history books. You feel me? But I feel like that's a Devin Haney type fight to me. The Keyshawn thing is just a distraction, honestly. Like, only Keyshawn is gonna walk away with a bigger name from this. Keyshawn is not really known around the world. Now, as far as, of course, just boxing, yeah, if you're a diehard, you know who he is. But that's the whole point of him trying to get in the ring with a Devin Haney, to get his name out there. I'm pretty sure more people were saying the name Brian Norman Jr. in the last 6 months than they have been saying Keyshawn. Honestly.
My only pushback to that is, for Devin Haney, career choice wise, it's a strategic, smart move. It's a smart move to fight either one of these guys. Keyshawn is a former champion. Gives him credibility.
Yeah,
He's
they're the same age.
Very impressive win after his situation. He's got, he's the talk of the town right now. So it's the Floyd Mayweather playbook. Whereas you get the guy coming off of his best win, off of an impressive win or his best performance, or however it is. But basically, you'll be the one, if you win, to hand another young, dangerous fighter his O. Take that O. So for Devin, there is some meat on the bone. Because within the scope of where we are, or of everyone that's on this panel, we all know who Keyshawn is. If you want to use recency bias, he said, I'm going to stop Ortiz. He stopped Ortiz. You feel what I'm saying? So
like this guy's still along the lines of an Abdullah Mason. Like people would say maybe he's a step ahead of a Mason, but that's his level. Like
but
he's still down there with the prospects.
But understand this. Just understand this one dynamic. Everyone was given the Shakur Stevenson versus Floyd Schofield real rhythm, even though Oscar came out and he was saying he's a prospect. Dude was like, no, he ain't a prospect, he a contender. He fighting 10-round fights right now. He definitely a contender. Keyshawn is a former champion. He had a real belt. Do you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, ain't no reason to spare him. Like the guy's the same age as Devin.
And at the end of the day,
they're 3 months apart.
Fight? If Devin beat you and he beat you strategically like he did, fucking what's the name, and says, yeah, now Devin made Keyshawn look simple and easy and stuff like that. That's a win for Devin Haney. There's nothing. I don't really see nothing wrong with that fight, and I like the Xander fight.
But if you beat Keyshawn, does that mean you can beat Xander?
No, not at all.
But beating Xander does say that you can beat Keyshawn.
No, it doesn't.
Shit. 154-pound, two-belt champion. That is by far.
I do not believe that hits his heart.
That accolade, like Keyshawn, like we would be giving him too much credit to even act like it's a 50-50.
I understand this. I don't believe Xander got the crack that Keyshawn has.
I don't think he has no crack at 147.
Who? Keyshawn?
Yeah, he's not even cracking like that at 140.
Well, he stopped homie with a body shot.
No, homie quit. That was a missed shot. That last punch didn't even land.
The body, bro.
The last punch didn't even land.
Because the dude
Jermaine is a coward.
All right, I'll give you your talking point. I don't want to debate that semantic, but I personally saw 2 body shots. But I'll leave it at that. So what I'm saying is he's still coming off an impressive victory. According to what people saw, he said something, he went in there to deliver it. At the end of the day, I don't see beating one is a tail sign that the other, because for me, Xander is he's a true 154 pounder, and he's gonna bring something stylistically different that Keyshawn is not gonna bring. Keyshawn has a specific style of the way he fights, and you can see now that it's starting to develop. It's starting to lean more towards another fighter's style, but a little bit more heavy on the front foot and a little bit more viciousness to it.
Yeah, he's Buddy Crawford with his chin stuck out, so he's gonna get punched up.
Dang,
he's gonna get punched up. Like Xander Zayas is like a Rubik's Cube. To be able to solve that equation means that even the likes of Shakur Stevenson is not a problem. Damn,
For
Keyshawn.
Xander?
Yeah.
Oh.
Xander is superior athlete. Probably second to none at this point. We got to see him lose to make him second to none. Like, he's probably more athletic than Boots. Like, he'll be the fastest motherfucker anybody at 154 ever would get in the ring with.
Now he got great feet. That's what you got to give Xander. He has, like, I don't know where the argument was coming that he doesn't have great feet, but when his performance against Abbas, I was impressed.
I was impressed.
Some people weren't impressed
because Abbas can crack.
Abbas can crack, and Abbas has that pressure, and it's smart pressure. You feel what I'm saying? And Xander shut that smart pressure down by using his footwork, his jab, and combinations. So I was like, yeah, Xander.
And he gave the people what they wanted in the 12th round. Like, he stood there.
Yeah,
I'm glad he didn't try that the whole fight. It wouldn't have worked out well for him. Abbas would have got him.
But you like Devin, right? Didn't y'all go?
Yeah, and what we call the guy Xander is the Puerto Rican Devin Haney. Let's be honest.
So out of how you interpreting all this? Like, are we getting this fight? Is this smoke and mirrors? Is he really fighting Keyshawn? Is he gonna pull a rabbit out the hat? Is he gonna celebrate with his pom poms if Mario Barrios beat Brian? Like, what's going on, man?
Devin definitely wants the whole 147, but of course Xander could change his life. Like that kind of fight. Haney could definitely lose that fight.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like it's just such an awesome talent to put in the ring with Haney that I feel like if he does beat a Xander, then he was serious about Boots and everybody else. And we might be looking at an all-time legend. I mean, it's only Xander's eyes. People are going to say that that's not nothing major. But I think I see something in that kid. That kid got skills.
He is shocking me. He's growing on me. He's doing his best David Benavidez impression. Only it's a whole different style. But like David Benavidez had to grow on me. You know what I'm saying? And Xander, I thought he was the weakest link, but that movement and how he controlled it. I'm just, I would love to see Xander if Spence get past Zoo. I would want to see in his punch resistance and all that is there. I would want to see Spence go against Xander, man. I think he would.
Wow.
I would want to see it. I just gotta see if his punch resistance ain't there. I'm not gonna watch him no more. I'm not going to that Roy Jones shit. I'm not going to. But if it's there and he look good and he look healthy, I would want to see that fight.
See what I'm looking for is possibly Keith Thurman coming out on top with Fundora.
Ooh.
Xander versus Keith.
And before that, I really want Keith versus Josh Kelly. And then him and Xander can try to unify. But I'm feeling like Haney can intervene by trying to take the belts from Xander and meet Keith Thurman for all of the belts at 154 because he called out Thurman a long time ago and Thurman told him, be careful what you wish for.
I'm gonna be on this side of it. I really like the Xander and Devin Haney fight. I like that when I was first hearing about it, and I think me and Body, we was closing out the show, and it was brought up, and I was like, yeah, I kind of like that fight. That's interesting to me for where they are stylistically. Xander, in my opinion, with his movement, if I'm using recency bias between the two guys' last fights, he could really trip Devin up with his movements and the mere fact that he can shoot the jab from angles while he's moving. You feel what I'm saying, and have a good connect ratio while he's doing that. So I see that as being one of the biggest hurdles Devin Haney's gonna have to try to overcome. You feel what I'm saying? But if he should beat Xander, I'm like, bruh, you are on that You are like the Black David Benavidez to me.
But do they see something? Do y'all see like do Bill and them see something with Xander? Like what you think got them? Is that truly daring to be great, or is they see something? They see something they can capitalize on. Because I don't, with his output alone, I don't see.
Look, Haney is coming for his style. That's his style that Xander has.
Yeah.
That's his style that Richardson Hitchens has. Like all of these guys are becoming great based off Devin Haney's style. So I feel like the king is attempting to claim his style from all of these guys. Because if Xander wins, that would make that his style. If Hitchens wins, like that's why these guys, I don't know, man. I feel like I do want to see it. Just like we want to see Shakur and Devin, because people say that Shakur has the best defense, but I don't think we can say that if Haney wins. You know what I mean? So it's just all kind of reasons these guys, these super technical fighters, finally need to fight. I don't care if the novice don't like it. It's boring. No, us diehards been waiting to study that.
Yeah, I'm in the same. I could say I'm in the same area. We're within the same zip code and shit like that. I could see the argument of, Devin wanting to move up and take these guys to say, listen, I'm the king of this style. And me being the king of this style, I'm gonna go up and beat everybody who tries to do this particular style. In that fight between Xander and Dev, it's gonna be lead hand. It's gonna be majority for me, lead hand, and who can get that jab out faster and have the better foot placement. Devin has a great jab when the guy is pretty much right there. Xander showed that even though the guy's right there, I could bop, 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 touch him from, do a 90-degree sweep or 180-degree sweep and touch this guy with the jab while I'm crossing this plane. So that's gonna be an interesting fight. It's gonna force Devin to pull out a lot of tricks. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to step it up to a whole different level, and being that it's a mirror match, when you throw that opposite thing on a mirror match, it could always fuck up that fighter's timing. So I could see Devin doing that, and that's going to disrupt Xander's timing to where Devin is going to start to make him question himself and shit like that. So I see how Devin could take over the fight.
And the wild thing about it is they literally would have to show how to beat themselves.
Exactly.
But the great thing about it is that it's going to take their level of skills to do it, and not many in the world can do it.
For me, my argument is this: whoever can implement that one outtake, that thing that makes the person say, "What the fuck? What was that? I was expecting you to do this, but you did that, and now you caught me, and now I'm kind of on the defense." Whoever can come up with that little trick and the timing of when to implement that trick is going to be the one who wins round after round after round after round, and starts to make the other guy question himself to where they can start to take over the fight. That's kind of the way I see it.
Yeah, it'll definitely be a battle on the outside. And if one of them just shows that I'm the greater fight on the outside, it's going to force the other one to have to, do what he's uncomfortable doing, and that he's going to have to step to the other guy. So it's just going to make it even more interesting.
So being that they asking the questions in the chat about Keyshawn being that just getting the 140 and Shakur at 140, how does that really fuck up the division? And a question that was kind of brought up before, that Keyshawn is sitting at the number one spot. um, for the WBO. Here's an interesting tidbit. Shakur's first belt was the WBO, so it makes 100% sense to me that he might stick around for the WBO, become the super champion, and use that status to move up.
You're right. You're right.
And he formerly, when he unified at 130, he was also the WBC champion. That you know, then that was that Oscar Valdez fight.
So I think that's why he wants to fight Pitbull. He's looking at Pitbull as a safe touch for him to create that super champion status.
Exactly. The devil in these motherfucking details when you just go back and look at a person's box record. Hey, what was the first belt he got? What was the sanction? WBO. Now that he's coming pretty much full circle, 4-division champion, you feel what I'm saying? He's got his hand back on that WBO belt. Right there. There you go. Body puts the proof up that he cooked on before when he gave us the timeline. The timeline. So at the end of the day,
this is very. Hold on, real quick. This is very interesting because when you take this is just a snapshot, but this says so much, y'all. I don't know if y'all just look at it, but I don't know if y'all realize like this, like when you look at little things like this, these are like by the numbers, but when you look at it, it says a lot, and it's a stake in the ground for real.
Yep.
Because I remember AC. This is so funny. I remember like always getting this one dude. He would always like trigger me, man, when it came down to it. And I asked him one day, you was there. I was like, man, who did he fight for his first title? He was like, I mean, this dude will argue us down. I'm like, this is why I said this when I said, okay, well, with certain fan bases, you gotta kind of spare people. If you know how to do that body work, and you ask one or two key questions to let you know something about a person, then it tells you everything. Because these people will argue tooth and nail, and they don't even know who he fought, what was the first belt. They don't even know none of that. They don't know. But that was everything in the world to that man. Why? Because as a fan following along and supporting him, I was there in support. But like when you find yourself coming full circle with somebody and you on the other side because you didn't realize how this guy's playing the game, you got to go back to things like this. These facts.
Yep. Because this tells you how he's moving now. You follow a person's past to tell you how they're going to move in their future. Unless they have a come to Jesus moment. So at the end of the day, you feel what I'm saying? What's this right here?
Oh, that was something I added for when that was something I had when I was breaking this down. Something that the deciding factor between this fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when somebody's going to sleep, I was like, okay, because this is southpaw on southpaw. And normally when you get the mirror matches when you fight somebody of the opposite stance. You know what I'm saying? But in this case, when you got southpaw against southpaw, some people say is who got the better jab. Some people say is, you know, the educated hand. Sometimes it comes down to like which hand is dominant. You know what I'm saying, and how you use it. But I was breaking down something like the difference and what it breaks down to when you got a southpaw versus southpaw. It's very rare that it's not very rare, but it is rare. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why they be saying southpaws got built-in advantages. But I'm like, okay, so what's the advantage? Who gets the advantage when you're dealing with two southpaws? So that was a little piece on that. That's all that was.
But at the end of the day, you know, to look at all of that and then to bring a lot of this stuff full circle, we just planted the seeds from going back to that show to now explaining why some of this stuff is happening, and then looking at Shakur, he's still got to fight. He's in his happy place now. He's home. He's back home. He's with the WBO, so he's back home. He's back where Bud made his stake. They both did it on the WBO, so you ain't gonna hear no more BS about, sanctioning fees and all of this other stuff, because Shakur's where he wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? So, like the Isley Brothers song, Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? That's Shakur right now. After he won that joint, and when he fell down and looking like he was crying, he was like, Atlanta, I'm coming back to you. For real.
Let me point something out. And this is relevant, I believe. I did this, and I got another one coming up, man. I got to do another one of these, and go into the details. But what I don't want to miss, people, is one of the ducks, and this is substantiated not just by what I was saying, but to the date.
Yep.
To the date, I found an article, and in that article, one of the major things that they said, and this was to validate something I said before I even knew this article existed. It said that fighters would move weight classes to avoid fights. That's why this looked funny, and people from the thumbnail, you might have thought it was all malicious and all this, but no, we went over each and every duck. That's how we know what a strategic duck is. That's an Indian runner. A price out, that's a Muscovy duck, like when you just wasn't too much. So I said, what the fuck is a duck? How do we classify how these people are moving? One of the ways, because people was asking about Keyshawn and all this smoke and how people want him to be there. I said it's the road. That's the most dangerous division in the sport of boxing. 154 is breathing down his neck. One of the reasons why, and it's only going to be proven if he don't go up there and he don't get a Devin, or he don't, and all this, and he's looking for somebody else that we don't. Ironically, it might be somebody with a belt if it's Louis Crockett, and then I want to hear all that belts don't matter and why he chose that guy, because nobody really want to see that shit. But y'all going to do that. But I'm going to say this. Once we figure out if it's not somebody big, if it's not Devin, if it's not somebody that we really want to see him fight at 147, because 147 is whack. If it's not that is when you move weight classes to do things like that, and it's not a substantial fight, it's just something that nobody want to see, that is a form of ducking, y'all. That's what I mean when I be saying, what the fuck is a duck? There's many forms. You know what I'm saying? It's straight fear. That's one. But we got to classify, and that's what's going to happen, man. So I don't know who's doing what in this. I got faith in here in D Calico. It sounds like no matter what, he can win. But if you go for Xander, that's chasing greatness, and they believe that he can actually do it.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet, but I do give credit for what he did to Brian Norman, so he gained more respect, because I'm not the biggest Devin Haney fan. But I'm going to respect what he does, and it's interesting to try to see these guys who think from the outside this is what's going to happen. Now, I know some people, that I recommend, but I've given up trying to matchmake for Devin. He loved them Cougars. I'm going to end it off like this because they're famous for doing this, making all this noise. Bill kicking the cans, and, he's out there with the bullhorn saying Xander is food and offending the Latino fighters. Keyshawn out here chasing after him, and he's saying that in the DMs, according to Tim Bradley, you said you would honor what you was going to do if I stopped Jermaine to the body. However, the biggest knee pad wearing, throat coat spraying, tonsil jewelry displaying, reach around extending fan of Devin Haney's, matching pajamas and everything, said that this man wants Manny Pacquiao, bro. Land the plane, guys. What do y'all think about that? I mean, and wrap it up for everybody, man. But Manny Pacquiao, y'all?
Hey. Yeah, somebody got to get him out the sport. Let's be honest. The guy's not going to leave. without an official ass whooping. I don't know why. You feel me?
But Manny
wish
Pac,
Marcus,
but is Devin to get him? Is Devin the one to get him out the sport, bro?
I'm willing to say yeah. Because this is just such a little guy that's under talented at this point. And he just fought a more athletic black fighter in Brian Norman Jr. And hopefully he would at least be able to do some of the same, like drop the old guy. Just give him the embarrassment that he didn't think a pillow-fisted guy would give him. You know? A so-called pillow-fisted guy.
Well, wasn't that what Ugas did to him?
I felt like that should have been enough right there.
Yeah.
Because you're right, Ugas is considered pillow-fisted, but he put him on a liquid diet. Yeah, he fucked Pacquiao up so royally.
Yeah,
like that should have been the last time we ever saw Pacquiao, but he's back.
I called it too. I predicted that too. Because Ugas, what he did to Sean Porter, that convinced me. He got robbed against Sean Porter.
Thank you. Nobody give him credit. They swear he can't punch. But God damn it, hey, if I gotta read Sean Porter's, attitude, bro, all that macho left out the window. Like he was punching on Ugas, and then Ugas got mad and started letting them things fly. Man, Sean Porter turned into a ballerina.
I got one more for you. I'm gonna toss this in there. Why? But people don't give Earl no credit because I don't think Ugas was the same. Because you see what Mario Barrios did to Ugas, and yeah, he caught Spence. Mm-hmm. But bro, you talking about a liquid diet? Spence, like he tried to do the eye thing again. He was known for snatching. Remember they was called
snatching eyes.
Snatching eyes and body snatch. Like we heard, like
they take his eyeball.
Huh?
No, I was saying with that Marlon dude, he gonna take his eyeball.
Look, he almost got Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, like he had a star right there too. And goddamn it, he didn't even get hit that much. But of course, Kell Brook and Ugas, you feel me? And that was the first guy to really go toe to toe with Sean Porter and drop him. You feel me? Like you can do a swift move and catch him on the if you're a swift guy, like you can check hook a guy like Sean Porter and maybe get lucky. But nah. Errol Spence did it the hard way in the phone booth with a guy that everybody said this is not the way you can beat him. You cannot beat him in the phone booth. That's his style. You have to box him. And he challenged himself. Errol Spence got in the phone booth and never came out. Every fight he's been in, he tried to take it to the phone booth ever since that fight. And that was, his downfall with Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford was not agreeing to go in a phone booth with your dumb ass. And he was expecting that. He wanted to give one of those legendary fights of two legends in the phone booth, and Terrence Crawford's just too smart for that.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah, but
at the end of the day,
him versus Tim Tszyu, like a lot of people are not going to give him credit for whooping Tim Tszyu, but Tim Tszyu, this is a great measuring stick to see what Errol really is, because like if he stops him, that means something. I ain't talking about if he just outbox him and make him quit on the stool like Fandora did. No, I mean, stop this motherfucker. Get him out the sport, damn near. Knockout of the year, whatever, anything of that nature. Yeah, then Errol Spence is definitely back. Even though this is just Tim Tszyu, it still mean a lot the way he stopped him.
Yeah, I approve of that.
I look at it. Yeah, if he knocks him out impressively, I'm gonna be like, everybody gonna be like, you know,
They don't
Errol
notice.
Spence is back. I believe he'll get the credit. He'll get the credit he deserves. It's just that one faction of everybody who's bought into the Brat Pack, they're gonna try to talk shit about him. So, you'll have people, I don't know, maybe Ward might give him his props and stuff like that. So we would just have to see on that side how they would take it. But overall, I think the general public would be happy that Errol is back.
Hey y'all inspire something, man. I want to do something real quick, y'all. Y'all inspire something. Let me do this, man. Let me I'm gonna tell y'all what I used to do. Hopefully they won't hit me, man. But I gotta put this up. But hopefully they won't hit me. But this is what your boy really used to be on, man. I got a site fair use, but it's 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Y'all brought this on, man. I want to show y'all because people don't. A picture, an image, an illustration is worth 1,000 words. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. Welcome to Bodywork.
Please fasten your seatbelts.
I just feel like I'm the champ, and at the end of the day, I'm just a fighting motherfucker. Doesn't matter, inside, outside, I can just fight. So I just feel like if it
Welcome to Bodywork.
Please fasten your seatbelts.
I just feel like I'm the champ, and at the end of the day, I'm just a fighting motherfucker. Doesn't matter, inside, outside, I can just fight. So I just feel like if it gets down to the wire, we gotta lock it up. I'm gonna come out on top because I know I dig down deep. Hopefully they keep that same energy they have. I just feel like I'm the champ, and at the end of the day, I'm just a fighting motherfucker. Doesn't matter, inside, outside, I can just fight. So I just feel like if it gets down to the wire, we gotta lock it up. I feel like I'm gonna come out on top because I know how to dig down deep. Hopefully they keep that same energy they have.
Yeah, y'all.
Yeah, man.
That's a tribute. That's a tribute. That's a tribute. That's a tribute to but I got my bosses to watch, man. If you made it in there, man, you got a segment in there. And it's It's nice, man. It's nice. They used to copyright me a lot, but I figured it out at some point. And I just said I can't risk doing it. But like, there are little segments like that where it really show you what these dudes like. Why they highlighted what these dudes did. But y'all inspired that Earl Spence one, man. I just hope my man the same, because if he come back and that Roy Jones stuff start happening, that Mike Tyson shit start happening, I can't watch him no more, man. I want him to come back if he right and he himself. You know what I'm saying? I'm always man down. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. We ain't went nowhere.
See, I'm gonna tell you how much Spence is different. Like look at my boy Keith Thurman, right? Keith Thurman has supposed to fought Tim Tszyu for damn near the last 3 years. You know, at least 2 years, right? And instead of ever just running into that fire, he's been like, you know, gradually working up the idea of even having to fight. You know, when a guy like Errol Spence, it ain't nothing to talk about. He'll just take that fight like it's nothing, you know, and step on that shit. You feel me? So if he do what I expect, Errol Spence is just still who he is. Because I feel like he been ready ever since he walked in the ring on Fundora. He didn't walk in the ring and challenge Fundora for no reason.
That was risky too. My eyebrows say I got a thumbnail, I got a pre-video. Yeah, I was like, wow. Yeah.
Telling you, like, but then he did make a text, not shortly after, speaking about how dirty the politics is of boxing, and I just sat back and watched from the sideline that fight didn't happen, but I don't see Errol Spence playing with his food, and like nobody's gonna give him the credit, but I'm gonna give him the credit. When he destroys Tim Tszyu in any fashion, then yeah, he back. I don't give a fuck. He back.
Yeah, man. Well, cool, man. I think we had a good segment, man. I think we put a lot on the books, man. We gave a tribute to Earl at the end, but I say Devin might have opened up a can of worms with this 54, because I'm like, hey, man, you got Jermell Charlo, you got Errol Spence, you got Keith Thurman, boy. It's like some boy. You might want to hold what you got and really go for it, dispute it, and defend against Keyshawn, because for me, I got to keep the same energy, because I'm like, you open yourself up for Boots. It's like, man, when you talking about American fight, they talking about Boots versus Virgil. I'm like, shit, Devin versus Boots if you flirting with 54, but who am I? You know what I'm saying? But that's a good segment, man. Y'all can land however y'all want, man.
I think Haney wants to take advantage of what they see Xander is, possibly gonna do. He's already doing. Look what he's already accomplished at 154. And seeing that has to make Haney feel like he can too. He can also. Based on the skill set and everything else. So it's interesting. Like he might want to do a body swap with Xander. You feel me? And take that throne at 154. Because it just shows that he really means business. Because a lot of people question, did he really want Jaron Ennis? If he fights Xander, then damn right, he really meant that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, without a doubt. And and eventually we would get all of those fights if he wins. So hey, it's just amazing. And I don't know if Haney should do this for another 10, 12 years. It just don't make no sense. He would be so accomplished that like he should probably retire in the next 4 to 5 years if he does something like this. For real.
I gotta see it, bro. I gotta see it. I'm still he got more respect from me. I done eased up off his neck. After the Brown, I done eased off and I said, all right, cool. I'm evaluating. I'm not gonna be too just I gotta see that though. He ain't got me to where I believe, man. I I gotta see it. You know what I'm saying? I drive a hard bargain, but if he do that shit, if he follow through and do that shit, even if he take on this Keyshawn shit, then either way, if he do either one of these two, you know what I'm saying? Like, he'll shut me up. What you think, AC? How you want to land, man? But AC,
Hey.
I don't know if you was on mute or what. I don't know.
My bad. I didn't realize I was on mute. I was talking a couple of times too. That's crazy as hell. But basically, Devin has the potential to be extremely great in boxing. Moving up to fight Xander in relationship to Keyshawn. Keyshawn is a victory, but it doesn't propel you in superstar status. What it does do is put you in a position that says, all right, Floyd handed the young, dangerous Canelo, and then look at the career after that. So it kind of would paint that type of picture, that a guy after fighting Xander, like some of these young tough guys, like Keyshawn, they lose, then they go on to become great fighters and shit like that. That may be the residual effect of what he just did with Brian Norman, which is extremely possible. You feel what I'm saying? And somebody's going to link that newfound Brian Norman to his loss to Devin Haney, which there is legitimacy to that point because Brian Norman brought that out himself. He was like, the biggest thing I learned is, the team and everything around me and all of these other little things that really, really matter. So that loss has affected his career so far, and it has affected his new approach. Should I say so? For him, he may have that effect again on the Keyshawn Davis. You feel what I'm saying? To whereas Keyshawn may not want to be in the same gym as Shakur, but rather be, where in Norfolk and really starting to build his team and build what he wants to build there. So I see that side of it, if he should fight Keyshawn and beat Keyshawn. On the other side, when you're talking about greatness and things like that, this would be his fourth division. So now you and Shakur are running a race neck and neck. And when you look at where the fighters are, of when you took your belts, as opposed to some of the guys that Shakur fought, there is a strong argument to say, well, he has a Loma. You feel what I'm saying? He's beaten Kambosos on his ground, and people still probably won't give him the Kambosos victory. But then he has the Regis. Caveat rehydration, but it still goes down that. Then he has the Brian Norman. You beat the guy who got knockout of the year. That's fucking crazy. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a legacy he's leaving behind. And if he goes up there and he completely outboxes Xander, then you gotta legitimately put him where the illegitimate spot of Shakur Stevenson is. Because he's been undisputed. He's been real. They both have their lineals and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I would say he actually deserves the number 3 spot. Shakur might take that number 4 or whatever.
That's a solid
If we're talking about the
statement.
new generation of
But Aaron Jones, what's up, man? Hey, speak on what you were talking about. I know you don't got much time, man, but what you was talking about, man? Salute to you.
Man, what's up? What's up with the panel, man?
Yeah,
What's
yo.
going on?
All is well with everybody. Yeah, yeah, I think with how things are going, the landscape, like, I kind of agree with you and AC. Now that I listen to him break it down, and like I gotta see it too, like with the moves that's being made all around boxing and all that. But I just feel like the way Shakur talking now, I think I don't know Bodywork. I think we do gotta give it to Devin Haney, man. Cause I think Devin Haney is he not chasing what Tank got no more. So he like on a different path. He on his own path finally. That's why I'm saying I think he got humbled, and I think he more so picking his opponents now rather than Bill trying to force him to do what Tank doing and mimic everything he doing. I think he's trying to do his own thing now. Shakur, I think Shakur is going backwards. I think he 'cause I heard him earlier doing the interview talking about, yeah, Ryan is a lucrative fight and this, that, and the third and all this. You know how he pumped him and Bud pumped their fans up all their career. Yeah, with the belts, some with the belts, some with the belts. Then they get it one big win. Now is it gotta make sense and all that. See, Devin Haney, he actually, I think he will actually fight Keyshawn, bro. It sounds crazy, but I think he proved me wrong, and he fought Brian Norman, beat him convincingly by what else, man? Yeah, he beat Brian Norman convincingly, and that kind of surprised me because Brian Norman's he ain't Brian with the speed, but he's athletic enough, to get with Devin. But I see Keyshawn as being green, and I don't believe all that stuff Keyshawn be saying about him and Shakur sharpening each other up. Even though I seen that little sparring him and Shakur had, I don't really believe that. I think Keyshawn too focused on following behind Shakur and all that. He letting Shakur derail him. That's what I'm saying, like, bro. Like, I can see why boxing is like not a team sport. Cause if you under another nigga and y'all buddy and all, how you gonna focus on your own career, bro? Y'all sit around each other. Y'all talking about what y'all gonna jump somebody, or I go to this division, you go to this division. You not focusing on your own craft. You under another nigga nuts to be exact. So I think Keyshawn got it coming, bro. Like, yeah, of course you wanna knock off what's his face he just fought. Yeah, you gonna knock him off. This, that, and third, but you go up there with Devin 147, where Devin saying like he, look better at it, because I think 135, boy, oh boy, he wasn't nearly as where he is now. And I consider 135 to be a starter kit for them type of fighters, because all of them did it. You can go from Floyd, Bud, whoever. They all started 135 and they worked their way up. I think he should have been at 147 because he looked good. Other than that, bro, like I that's the part I agree with AC on. I think Devin is solidifying that quote unquote pound for pound better than Shakur, because what Shakur is ready to start doing is what his buddies and all them doing. Hopscotch fights, bro. Hop here, hop there, fight here, fight there. Like I'm kind of confused of who's going to fight next, to be honest, because he's saying Pitbull and Ryan, but then he's saying Roach, then he's saying all the Tank opponents. Bro, it don't
Yeah,
end well when you try to foul behind somebody, bro. Like I don't know, bro. That's what I think about it.
That's solid.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's what I was saying. Like, I don't like that's and people probably mad, upset. I'll just say I'm not a fan because at some point in time, you can't just tell us. I gotta be able to believe it. And I said I could pull it up. I said, how long ago did I put up that trading places with Devin and with Devin and Shakur? I've been said they was trading places, man. Like,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah, you
happened.
did.
Yeah,
You was on
it
it.
kind of happened. It damn near happened overnight. I said, hold on, man, you done got on a Devin playbook, and now Devin, whether it was the lessons he learned or whatever, he's being more strategic, and what he's doing is going to age way better, man, because you building a false sense of confidence. You letting these people gas you up thinking that what you did to T.O. with a front
Yeah.
replacement and a jab got anything to do with what Tank gonna do. He ain't got no love for you, bro.
Nope.
You seen what he did to Frank Martin, like, and I ain't saying you know Frank Martin, but Frank Martin was acting with his hands. You think Tank can't touch you? Hey, I wouldn't hold my breath, boy. That so what Devin is doing is like he's being strategic, but with his accomplishments already in the bag, he got more of a foundation to be able to do that. You on borrowed time, because why? Your tickets ain't, neither one of y'all are really ticket sellers. But you're gonna be in a pickle too, because you got so many people that you won't fight. Them walls are closing in on Shakur too.
Yeah. Same thing with Keyshawn. Like Keyshawn is trying to run away from his problems at 140. Because he had never make it to the big Devin Haney fight.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I feel like Frank
this.
Martin
Like
might get him out of there.
Like that right there, he got to see that. But he busy doing this. Why I got this. I don't think people caught this right here, Calico. He had De Los Santos. That didn't happen, so that's grayed out. He took care of Ortiz, and they saying he going for Devin, but guess who? That's all Shakur's work. That was all of Shakur's work. But Shakur want to fight everybody. Shakur want to fight everybody that this man right here fought already. I'm like, and he getting a pass, so with like just like the Frank Martin. The Frank Martin didn't play out, but like Frank Martin, everybody was ecstatic. Everybody wanted to see him and Frank Martin. When Frank Martin said, "Nah, we called him a duck," I did, and then he went and fought Tank, and that's what made it better. But he did, by the letter of the law, he did. Everybody was shitting on that fight. This Lamont Roach, everybody was shitting on it. The Ryan, everybody was shitting on it. Pitbull Cruz, everybody shitting on it. But Shakur is going right after. He's doubling back, but he won't do it no Shockey. Like,
he won't build his own, bro.
No,
like,
because
bro, let somebody be like, I want to fight who Shakur for. He not gonna do that because it's like, come on, bro. Devin Haney is, I'm gonna go fight Xander. You feel me? You could say, it's strategic in a way, yes, because it's not really a big threat, but still, bro, who's gonna say I want to fight Xander? Is Keyshawn gonna say that, or is you feel me? Like this?
He on a different level. That's real.
He's gonna. Here's the thing I wanted to say. I'm starting to really lean towards the rumor mill that Showbiz had dropped. I don't know if you guys saw it, but big shout out to Showbiz, give him his credit. Where he was talking about this card: Shakur versus Ryan Garcia, Devin versus Keyshawn, Rolly versus Conor Ben. And there's footage of all of these guys talking about making these fights. All of a sudden. So for me, when I look at one of the things, Body gave Shakur his new nickname, Strategic Stevens. You feel? So here's the strategic part of what I'm saying, and tell me if this kind of makes sense. There's a micro thing building up that the biggest fight, the actual biggest fight, is Shakur versus Devin Haney. Right? Everybody's talking about that. They're like, yo, these guys where they need to be right now. This is the mega fight. This is, they're gonna compare it to the Ray Leonard versus I don't know who. You feel what I'm saying? So they want to chalk this fight up to be big. The strategic play is if it's Devin Haney versus Keyshawn Davis, but the biggest fight is supposed to be with Shakur versus Devin Haney. Who is being sacrificed here? And for what information?
Bro, okay.
All
So
I'm getting pulled down, bro.
No. So Keyshawn is being used for the benefit of Shakur in the future.
Yes.
Bingo. I've been saying. I said it was like having a fullback, y'all. I said it was like having a fullback go through the hole. Look at this picture, y'all. Look at the picture, bro. Like I said, so because think about it. De Los Santos, that was people wanted the rematch. We didn't get it. Keyshawn was gonna go take care. I said, man, if I was a bug on the wall, how'd y'all have that conversation and how'd you come up with this guy? And then we was gonna see it. We was excited, but then you blew away. You didn't budge to do it, but you got him out the way. You was a distraction. Shakur had a signed contract with Jermaine Ortiz at one point. That's before the T.O. fight. He said he got tired of waiting and he had to take the T.O. fight, but you already seen what he did to T.O. You know you could do better than what Jermaine did, and T.O. didn't show up. And then you got Keyshawn going up there to go see Devin Haney. You got in the ring with Devin Haney at the Loma fight. Y'all went through the whole thing. He the reason why you left Shakur. You could say Shakur, he the reason why he went up there and got Regis. He just used his WBC and went up there and got Regis, bro. But they're using, this is what I was saying, get him, boy. This is what I was saying, y'all. I was saying he's using this man like a fullback, and then on the back end, he got somebody blocking his back with Ray Ford. He throwing Ray Ford on O'Shaughnessy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm gonna let this dude get away with all this shit. That's why I said I'm not a fan, bro. I'm not a fan.
I put this in everything, Bodywork. I was, before I got on here with y'all, I was on TikTok, and that's where everybody seemed to be at these days. Bro, they on there talking about Tank. One guy said it. They said, y'all always make it seem like Tank is a sad story or something like that. But they talking about Keyshawn versus Devin. They talking about Shakur. If you think Shakur is gonna beat Ryan, we want to see that fight. They going all this way, all this, that, and the third. In my head, I'm thinking, bro, these fans are really like, they sick in their head, bro. Like, do y'all not want to see boxing grow? Y'all letting Shakur move these fighters around, bro. They not his friends, bro. I seen an interview with Richardson Hissons. He said the reason him and Shakur fell out was because he said this is what he said. He said he spoke the truth about something, but Shakur hollered at him and said, you're not supposed to say that in front of the cameras, because that we not supposed to make ourselves look bad. That's that third could have hollered at me behind the scenes. Like, nah, bro, because if it's the other way around, you going little boy Richardson Histon, you going little boy Keyshawn, you going to little boy Ray Savage, you going to little boy all of them, making yourself feel like you the big man, big top dude, bro. Like, that's not right. That's not right, bro. Cause you can't have a squad in boxing, bro. I'm sorry to say it. Even you could say the PBC guys was together, but even they was bumping heads, bro. Tank was going at it against the Charlos, even though they not in the same weight class. He was going against the Charlos. You had Earl now going against it with his so-called friend, you feel me? His friend, they was friends. him and Jamel going at it. Yep. But the buddies is the only ones that, nothing can't break us. No, man. You know, he was dead, bro. I'm like, come on, man. This is soft, bro. It's soft.
Yep. Like people had like Jay Prince is not a factor. You know? Like having a camp like that. Like having a camp like that is not gonna influence anybody. You know what I'm saying?
But
You
Like,
just
this
connected
shit
the
is
dot.
wicked.
You just connected the dot, bro. Golly.
Yeah,
But
I ain't
here's
gonna lie.
the
He definitely did.
but here's the big play. But here's the big play. The storyline. The storyline is while people are looking at this fight between Shakur Stevenson and a possible Ryan Garcia, you're looking at it as something that's going backwards. It's actually moving forward. It's actually saying the destination is actually here. Either late 2026 or sometime in 2027, Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney is going to fight. Shakur beats Ryan Garcia, right? He beats him in a masterclass of boxing, right? The storyline is when they have the lead up, you're going to see Ryan Garcia constantly dropping. Boom, Devin Haney going down. The boom, boom, he catches him, and Devin Haney chin goes straight up in the air after he's already a little lumped up, and he goes down again. They're going to show that clip, and then the couple of times that Devin Haney catches him, Ryan Garcia bats his glove, and then you see Ryan Garcia drop Devin Haney again. Maybe show the flurry of where it looked like he was going to get stopped. Then in between that, you show the flurries of how Shakur was just jabbing him, bang, bang, and then opening up on him, bang, 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 on the way to what people will say another masterclass victory. Beat him the same way he beat Tio. Simply, or maybe throw a little bit more combination. You feel what I'm saying? That is how you build that fight to become not a great fight, not a mega fight, but a real life, in my opinion, between these two young guys where they would say in their prime, this is a super fight. This is Bud Crawford, Errol Spence. But, you know, you're talking about two guys that are that are touted as highly technically skilled. It's not the boxer puncher type of thing. It's who's more technical, the jab of Devin Haney or the defense of Shakur Stevenson.
I don't know.
Hard sell, bro.
I don't know. Only reason why I don't know, because they got this silent pact to where, and this is why I say strategic Stevenson. He was friends with Devin, and they had this silent pact that they were always fighting separate weight divisions. So I don't believe it, because you can't be barking at Xander talking about fighting. You know, you can't be barking and then Shakur screaming out, "I want a rehydration clause on you and Connor." If you know, I don't believe they're gonna fight in the same weight class. I don't know. It might happen.
You on point. You got it. You got it.
It's gonna be a one-off. It's gonna be a one-off, either at 140, 145, or it's gonna be a one-off at 147. But that fight is gonna happen because at the end of the day, this is how fights are built. You give all the negativity. You say, "Nah, I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing this." Bud Crawford versus Canelo. Why would I? No, that's too much weight. Oh no, this is not. That's too big. Then there's questions. Yeah, we thinking about it. Devin Haney's already on that side. Like, yeah, it might make a good fight. It might be a good fight. I'll fight him. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So
and Boots
they're already-
is gonna go to 160.
No, I was just gonna say, I like the Xander fight, but the way things are looking to make the fight that is actual supremacy in American boxing, you are now where we can say what you may generate moving forward. You're gonna make those Floyd Mayweather numbers. That's Devin Haney versus Shakur Stevenson. They are slowly building this fight. Mm-hmm. Except I'm like, accept it or not, but that's exactly what I'm seeing. That pack that they may have signed, it's always the deal breaker. If the bag is big enough, the bag is going to be big enough.
I guess if Turkey paying for it, they got a wish. But if Turkey ain't there, I don't see that shit happening, bro. But if they're gonna put that, because they gotta show me proof of concept, because all this shit is inflated. I just heard they said they did 1.2. Shakur and Tio did 1.2. I'm like, bitch, where? Like,
I
where?
250.
Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't know. That's Man, like for Shakur still like fencing and like he didn't step on T.O. or nothing. Like he gonna have to do something vicious to somebody else. Devin gonna have to do something vicious. Like he gonna have to damn near knock. He gonna have to drop and stop. He gonna have to do what he did to Brian Norman to Keyshawn. And that, yeah, then you. But proof of like, as far as money, Mayweather money, man, that's a ooh.
Bro,
I mean,
listen.
You know,
body.
I don't know.
Body. I'm only speaking to the fact of where we are in boxing now. Look at how there's this sympathy march for Shakur Stevenson. So now
He
these
got
things
everything,
are,
bro.
Huh?
He got everything, bro. And D
Yeah,
Calico
so-
go ahead.
No, I'm only saying, so when you start to do that and you start to build these little micro dynamics, the debate is going to start to come. Once the debate starts to come based on how everybody's performing, and if this card is for real, I believe this card is designed to build the Devin Haney versus Keyshawn. The Devin Haney versus Shakur Stevenson fight. I think this is why they're both on the same card. You feel what I'm saying? Regardless that the fact that they may be fighting at different weight classes, but this is classic Turk building up the super mega fight. He's gonna put the two opponents that everybody really want to see, put them in fights that should showcase, but are tough enough. And if you get through all of that, then yeah, this mega fight is on the table. I'll put up the money. What you guys asking for? Because you shown me proof of concept. Because you showed up and showed out on that.
I'ma just say this real fast. I already know what people will say, but bro, the fans that Shakur thinks he has, bro, the ones that Devin think he has, bro, believe it or not, they are Tank fans, bro. I'm talking about not the hardcore. I'm talking about the ones that's buying the fights, coming to the fight. They looking for stoppages and knockouts. They not getting them. When Tank comes back, whoever you fight, and I'm not deriding or nothing. I'm just saying facts, bro. They're gonna start asking for Tank versus Shakur, Tank versus Devin again. So it's not gonna matter who they fight. They're gonna have to fight killers to make their own name. Then they're gonna have to mix and mash it, bro. That's what I'm starting to figure out, bro, what all this is about. It's about mix and mashing right now. Not if Shakur fights Ryan, bro, like, come on, man, y'all can't get that credit. He's bringing the man down to 144 after he done already went up there. Like it's like
Aaron.
And then Shakur just he's saying this stuff knowing that people's gonna go with it because he got the machine behind him.
Yeah. And the point I was gonna make was, if I can remember, Body spoke on to the point that I wanted to make, and it's basically, huh?
Was it something about Turkey or what?
Yeah, it was. You cooked on it the last time we was on a joint together, and I'm trying to remember because I just had it specifically in my head when he made his opening statement, and I didn't want to interrupt you and stuff like that, but you said some other good points, and then it made me forget.
Oh, about Shakur fans and the stoppages and stuff.
No, well before that.
Hey, if I can add real quick, Turkey Al-Sheikh took over PGA, which is golf. Turkey Al-Sheikh also owns NASCAR.
Bro.
This motherfucker, man, boxing ain't nothing, man, bro. This shit good as took over, bro.
And if you think about it, all the PBC fighters damn near on Zuffa.
But
yo, I'm not getting no fights. I'm tired of waiting. Yeah, there's a reason you tired of waiting, because they done sat Al down, and now y'all out of work. I always wonder what happened to the Amazon stuff.
Bro, Turkey about to buy Disney for $500 billion.
No. What happened was Turkey took all the key players, like all of the fighters that could have had fights. Because think about it, he parked Benavidez. We would have got Benavidez versus Bivol. Yep. Turkey said, "Don't bite the hand that feeds you." So he got in the way. Like he took everybody. Think about anybody that would have been possible for Tank. They went and got a turkey bag. So he took all. He overpaid the competition, and Amazon, like, you gotta have stars. So like Jake Paul and that would have had Gary Antoine and his Hirioka. We just now getting that. That's the remnant from the Tank fight getting pushed back. People be clamoring and celebrating when a fight like that get pushed back. But I'm like, bro, the next biggest things, the supporting cast, you miss out on all of that. Turkey fucked all of that up.
Yeah, because
so this is what I wanted to say real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
This is what I wanted to say real quick. When you had brought up something earlier, it made me think of when Body was saying, yeah, they're gonna try to do a hell of a lot of shit real fast before Tank come back. You feel what I'm saying? So if this card is what it's supposed to be to build this supposed to be big fight between them two, that tells you that they're trying to do as much as they can and make these so-called big fights with these two guys before Tank come back, because they know the public is gonna be like, as soon as that man come back, and if he decides to take a tune-up and get himself back in it, and then or either look at Lamont Roach as the tune-up, you feel what I'm saying, and really just put him out this time, bro. That disrupts all of those plans. That disrupts that whole Devin versus Shakur thing, because then people are gonna be like, no. You at 140, Shakur? Tank can fight you at 140 because that's the weight we think he's gonna come back to. So he can fight you at 140 and possibly still make 135. But he could definitely fight you at 140. So they gonna try to maneuver to get a lot of this stuff done before before Daddy get home.
Yeah,
coming and kicking the door, waiting for a 4-4 type shit.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to keep bringing them up, but I'm just stating facts, bro. All them people that watch Shakur just whip on T.O., bro, they're going to be asking, when Tank come back, they're going to be like, bro, we want to see Tank versus Shakur, because it's the black community, bro.
But that's why this other thing that they trying to do makes 100% sense to me. Because if they can get it done and have the contracts signed, all the Tank talk don't go nowhere, because they already contractually signed.
I want to see
Shakur
fight a slick black fighter, bro. I want to see that. He ducked Oshagi.
You trying to get him beat. You trying to get him beat, Aaron Jones. You trying to see him get beat.
He ducked that, bro. Just like he ducked Gary Russell Jr., bro. Nobody don't want to bring that up. They
oh man, I was with
Tank did. I ain't gonna lie.
They
Tank
both
was a little hesitant of fighting Gary Russell Jr., but Shakur is in the same weight class with him. Come on, bro.
Ask Body. I said, for me, the one dude all the little niggas didn't want to fuck with, to when the most gangster call out in boxing I've ever heard in my life was stated by Mr. Gary Russell. Like, Tank was at 26, Shakur was at 26, Devin comes in at I believe 35. You feel what I'm saying? But at 26 and 30, they wasn't trying to mention Tank. I mean, people weren't really trying to mention Gary Russell. Devin Haney tries that fuckboy shit with the contract, and Gary Russell calls him out on it. You feel what I'm saying? But when Mr. Gary Russell told everybody when they was all up at 130, don't make me come up there, I was like, bro, that shit is so gangster. I was like, wow. That's fucking Wow. He just sunned your whole division. So
That's what I'm saying.
I thought that was, I thought that was the most gangster
They
shit.
was both champions, bro.
Look,
He's the one that I said I felt beat all of them.
Look, I told y'all. Look, this was why people start moving up and out of divisions, bro. Like this is why.
Tank got problems with fighters his size, bro.
Yeah, I was like, everybody, you see who running, like Tank got his strap right there, but it's like they were just saying, look, Gary, just come up to the division. Stop all that barking, just get. And so he came to the division last year. He was my number one comeback fighter of the year last year.
I think Tank should fight him, bro.
Huh?
I think Tank should fight him, bro.
Yeah, it gotta be. That shit gotta be. It's to us. It's just add water, but to the world, to the public, and where they at, I think Gary might have to go. Gary might have to take the Tevin Farmer right real quick, man, and you know what I'm saying. He might have to go through a couple of the young hungries, and Tank gotta come back. And it's always, it's gonna be. I think we're gonna get it. Before it's all said, I think we are. I just think that dust gotta settle and some moves gotta be made first.
Yeah.
I like the fight. I love the fight. I'm kind of on the opposite end because I could see it happening when a lot of the other stuff gets done. You feel what I'm saying? Possibly moving towards Tank's last fight, or maybe the fight before his last fight. I could see it happening, but
somewhere
I think,
around there.
Possibly the demand for the Shakur fight is just going to be too crazy. You feel what I'm saying? The rematch is going to be, the demand for that rematch is going to be just as crazy and stuff like that. So it's going to be on some wild shit. I can say, look, time won't be on Gary Russell's side the longer it takes for that fight to be made. That's the way I see it.
Hey, AC, Bodywork, and my other guy, man. Did y'all ever peek that or the ring? They got dumbass. What's his name? McCoy, the football player on there and all that.
McCoy.
Did y'all peek when they was like they was like, show of hands, who wanna see Shakur versus Keyshawn? Everybody was like, nope. But what's his name? My man Malik, the realest one in there. He was raised say me, but I guess it's like a agenda on there, so you can't really speak the truth. But all of them was like, nope, we don't want to see that, man. We don't. I'm like, bro, y'all, these the same ones that's call out boxers and this guy ducked and all that. Like, is it like, bro, y'all make it so obvious, bro? At least give it some, some mystery to it. Y'all make it too obvious that y'all
AJ.
Versus.
But AJ, this what D Calico, he connected the dot for me, because I when I said that Shakur had the machine, and I named off everybody from Eddie. He got Turkey, he got Tim, he got Andre Ward, he got Floyd, he got Bud, he got Keyshawn, he got Ray Ford, he got Clarissa Shields, he got Richardson Hitchens, he got every blood clot body. D Calico made it make all sense. He's like, man, he got Jay Prince. I'm like, man, that's so just to have Jay Prince up there at that press conference, and that man T.O. said, man, I came to your house, or I let you come to the house. I'm like, oh man, like, bro. These niggas, that's why Richardson Hitchens, that's why you said, because if you ask AC, I brought up that same point earlier. I said, man, they had an interview with Richardson Hitchens, said that he came out and spoke the truth. He talked to Shakur about it because Shakur was all mad at him, and he said that, well, next time, he's like, because if that was you, then you would have wanted me to say that it was you outclassed or out whatever. And then right at the end, he was like, yeah, so you can't even say the truth. I'm clipping the shit out that. I'm clipping that.
Yeah,
Like
he
I
said
said,
that, bro.
part of my head. But he said that. So I'm like, when these guys talk, don't be gaslighting me saying that they be keeping it all the way a buck, because you can't.
You can't.
You can't. Like, you gonna get blackballed. Like, you think all this media or people coming in, popping in, doing these little interviews and seeing you training, you come on and speak, you say some shit you ain't supposed to say about one of their darlings. You ain't gonna be getting no interviews, no, you got to have your social media up.
Yeah, bro. Bud and Andre Ward can't even say nothing. Can't even give Shakur advice because he talked. Remember at that one fight, they tried to tell him something. I forgot. He was like, "No, but I'm not." Like, bro, listen to your OGs, man.
They told him use his jab and punch off the jab. They said, yeah, because he said he kept running. He was like, man, you got away from your game plan. You wasn't using your jab, but I was using. Go back and look.
That shit crazy, bro. And I think Ryan Garcia, like a couple years ago, he said that about Shakur. He said, you got all the media, everybody on your side, and you still cry about, bro, this guy, as soon as he won the fight, not only did he do an interview, he got right on Twitter and was praising himself, bro. I'm like, bro, you can't make this shit up. Bro, go enjoy your win. Get off of Twitter, because you looking for validation and you looking for these comments and all this stuff, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, you guys crazy. You can't say nothing about them. Like, Bridges and Hitchens, mind you, they all three of them was cool. Like, him, Tank, and Shakur. I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm. They all three was cool, bro. Like, just like he trying to make it seem like him and Keyshawn so brotherly. Bro, I watched, they was clipping old videos of him and Tank, Shakur and Tank on Twitter and stuff. I'm like, well, damn, you'll never think this was Tank these days, how he be talking about Shakur, but Tank was like really telling him like, yeah, he's like, I had to step my game up for Shakur, because he was showing me things and that, you know, it was basically iron sharpening iron. When you see Shakur all smiling, like Tank Lord, that's probably what gave him that inspiration to son out Keyshawn and the rest of the clique for real, because you could see how Tank was like basically, and even another interview before one of his fights, Tank even said it. He said, I gotta get all my ish because you got fighters like Bridges Hitchens and Shakur Stevenson coming up. That's for all the dummies that say he won't fight Shakur and all that, bro. They was friends, bro. Like I told these guys on TikTok, I said, bro, I didn't even know Zab Judah and Floyd was friends until like I seen a interview of Zab saying that they was homeboys. You would have never known. I thought Zab hated Floyd. The way the fight went when he hit him in the left nod, that's a good thing about like the old boxing and all that, bro. Mm-hmm. Just like my man Bodywork say, like as far as like the WWE, the old WWE, you could say that shit fake, but it damn sure ain't like the WWE today where they make it so obvious, bro. You believe the storylines back then, bro. All the storylines, the boxing storylines. This person, you would have never known they was cool. These days, bro, they telling y'all they all friends and they not fighting in the same division in y'all face. And all y'all keep doing is kissing the ring ass and turkey ass just cause Shakur up under them and pushing them. Y'all not keeping it real. That's what's killing the sport, bro. It's not fighters not fighting nobody. Y'all letting them get away with stuff and ain't saying nothing. That's what it is. Keyshawn or Shakur ain't gotta fight right now, but you can say, bro, like that's my man's, but it'll come down to feeding my family. I'll get in the ring with them. They not saying that at all. I'm like, bro, y'all could be lying about that friendship shit. That's what I think. They could be lying about that shit. Like y'all saying, they could be playing quarterback and tight end and linebacker and all that. Cause ain't no way, like you said, bro. It's like Shakur got one down there. He got one up there. He got one right here. Don't forget his cousin. He got Andre Ward, who bringing lawyers. Look, Bodywork. He bringing lawyers on interviews, right? Talking about
you saw that bullshit.
I want to make sure. When I used to fight,
Did
I
you
like to
see
make
that
sure
bullshit, bro?
good. Yeah, I want to make sure everything good.
That not bullshit.
But when it came to Earl, Earl, you gotta fight Terrence right now. Fuck all that A-side stuff. Y'all gotta fight right now. Forget the A-side, but you got, as soon as Terrence get in the negotiations, it ain't about 50-50 no more. He won a coin flip. He won a ring walk. He won this, that, and the third. He want to open them books up. But you got a lawyer on there right now talking about me, Bud, and Shakur. We all this, that, and the third. Then you got Bud going on interviews with Shakur, making sure he's saying the right things. And, bro, I ain't never met a fighter that needed so many people, bro.
That shit is nasty as hell. That's why when I saw that whole thing, and that's the video where I told you he comes out right in the beginning of the video. Well, first off, let me say this. If you never paid a sanctioning fee, you ain't got nothing to say to me. You can't tell me nothing. So that's how he starts the whole video. And then he splits the screen. And now he's got the lawyer dude on the split screen. And he kind of led the whole situation in his explanation to the lawyer, to where I said he was disingenuous as far as the FTC's concerned, which is one of the governing rules, one of the governing bodies over the sanctioning bodies, because it's a matter of trademark and likeness usages and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So I was just like, wow. And he was like, yeah, you got people out here saying that the fight couldn't have been made because it was off the WBC. Like, you got that right.
It's getting nasty out here, bro. They trying their best to do whatever they trying to do. Cause like, bro, when Andre Ward brought the lawyer on and all that, I'm like, well, damn, bro. Like, but y'all didn't say none of this when Earl was saying certain things and all that. Y'all was trying to tear that man down. He tried to make it seem like he was neutral, but he was on Bud's side the whole time. Even when he was interviewing the dude from Top Rank, the announcer dude, he was damn near ready to cry over Bud. Yeah, cause y'all didn't promote him enough and bro. He got the Earl fight, bro. Like, come on, man.
He got.
I don't know how. Go ahead.
He got whatever he wanted, man. It's just like conquering, man. You conquer something, you rewrite the history books. You rewrite the. That's why I say, man, the people they do this hindsight where they microwave stuff and all this, or they show their true colors. Because I brought this up earlier. I said with Tank, because Kambosos would have dropped everything. It wouldn't have been no motherfucking undisputed if Tank said, man, tell Kambosos I'll whoop his ass. Fuck them belts. He can keep them belts. He said, nah. He said I'll fight him for free. He said, better yet, not for free, but he can keep them belts. Everybody, but he said it. Floyd said it. Earl said it. It's like now everybody want to act like this, and these guys are like, when you think about it, the accolades, like the thing that their essence, y'all, the essence, like what makes Bud whatever, like, because he was 3-time undisputed, right?
Yep.
Like, because he held what? Because if you look at the numbers, if you look at what he did business-wise, if you look at, he got hot at the end, and every time he went up and got that shit, Yeah, he went through the ringer at welterweight, but every time he got something, some Magnum, whatever, he ain't never defended. And then he just told the world, he gave his world his ass to kiss out the door. He got all the straps, scattered them, and was like, "Hey, go fetch him." Didn't defend it. Like nobody, like everybody's being reactionary now because it's somebody that everybody has been indoctrinated to like. It's like, man, I understand having a machine. They tried to say Tank had the machine behind him. I pulled up the picture of him and he had Floyd, and Floyd was halfway doing it. Remember, Richardson Hitchens survived TMT. He just getting on. Tank was the only real one to really blow like that. He had Floyd. Okay, cool. This guy got everything. He got all the media. He got boxers. That shit is spreading like cancer, and I'm gonna land right here. It's spreading like cancer because not only do you have the Keyshawn and Shakur, I said a while ago it was going to mess up divisions. So they're not going to fight. Okay, I'm not even talking about that no more. I don't even know why interviewers ask about that. But then you got Richardson Hitchens. He get a political answer, and they ain't never going to fight. Why? Because they already know behind closed doors, don't even put that up on the table. You know what I'm saying? So they not going to fight. But guess what? I heard Tiger Johnson, who I was growing real respect, he's saying, nah, man, he spent so many rounds sparring with, because, you know, he was an Olympian too. Sparred so many rounds with Keyshawn, they would never fight. I'm like, God damn, this shit is spreading, y'all.
Yep.
Extended family plan, a BFF clause, and then you got people like Oshaki, who's taller than you, got a longer reach. He just made all the moves, getting ready to push the button, and you can just say, I'm just not going to fight him based on integrity. What? And you was the one that wasn't, you didn't use it till you got out there saying some shit. He had a quick rebuttal. He jabbed your ass. He hooked your ass really right back and said, you the one that passed me. What you talking about? You started it. Now you don't want to see him in the ring. But you got a friend. You got an extended. Now I got to see who in the coverage plan. I got to see, well, is he on the extended family plan? Can we even ask for that fight? You know what I'm saying? But there's no mercy for nobody else. That's it, y'all. That's all I got, y'all.
I just wanted to ask you this real quick question. When it came to Tank having the machine body, you there? Because your avatar disappeared.
Yeah, you said when it came to him having a machine. I said I didn't say he didn't have the machine behind him.
I'm just gonna ask this question because it's kind of a comical question as well, but I think Floyd's voice was more like a grandpa's voice. When grandpa speak or when pop speak, it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Leonard Ellaby was like, I think Tank's biggest voice. Like the level of shit talk that Leonard Ellaby could put out there, like I just felt for me, Leonard Ellaby was the one-man army, the one-man band. Like he didn't need all of these, like Tank didn't need like the YouTube channels and stuff like that. Leonard Ellaby was smooth, he was cool, he had the big glasses, had the jewelry. He was like, what are we talking about here? I mean, Tank is Tank. Are you kidding me? What are these other guys doing? I mean, really, let's be honest. Have this honest conversation with yourself. I was like, yo, this nigga Ellaby is I don't give a fuck about none of that. Just give me a Leonard Ellaby.
You see him on Twitter, man.
It was clowning him for saying that he's an attraction. I'm like, ain't that what y'all all aspire to be? Because Tank is the only one. This is why I'm down for Tank. This is why I'm always down for Tank. Tank came out and said, listen, I want that bread. Now, he knew what he had to do to get it, but he always said, I want that bread. Everybody and their mother was acting like y'all don't be out in the streets trying to get bread all of a sudden. It was all about legacy and all this. And then now it's all about the money and the big fights and the big. Now I'm like, bro, y'all just don't like Tank.
But Leonard Ellaby,
but in secret you do. And Leonard used to say, listen, he's an attraction, y'all. They clowned him for that. Like that was something bad, bro. They Ja Ruled that man.
He was like, yo, people pay to see Tank Davis. Tank Davis sells out stadiums. What stadium has your guy done? Let's be honest. Your guy's coming to the table with absolutely nothing, and Tank has all the cards. So when Tank says he want to fight you, he'll fight you, and you will get paid lovely for it. And that's the part that used to piss people off, because Leonard Ellaby was so fucking honest, and he put it down to you in a way that it came across as shit talking, but it was actual fact shit talking. Like, you couldn't come back with a comeback. Like, no, Shakur, I think sells out like Tank. I think so, maybe. But you're too stupid enough to actually go check. You got actual record of that man selling out, you know, my hometown, like my boxing jump off, and he's not from here. And not a Brooklyn fighter has been able to match this dude.
Yeah, like right there, like everywhere. But another thing about Leonard, you couldn't intimidate him. Like now, people they be spoon feeding these niggas the ass. They be giving them information about shit and then ask them a question about it. And they like, you couldn't do that intimidation shit where you know you can't because you knew better. Like now, you could run all over these niggas in the interview.
Yeah, definitely. And in the battle of if people are on stage and you talking to me about Leonard Ellaby versus Eddie Hearn.
Oh man. He used to give Eddie the business, man.
Yo.
Because he knew he was a liar.
Bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
yeah, bro.
At the end of the day, man, no, Tank did not have the machine. He had something better. He had a Leonard Ellaby. That would be my only thing that I have to say, because I got to give Leonard Ellaby his props. In boxing, outside of Don King, I haven't seen nothing like it. So I give him his respect, and I hope he finds a spot in the Hall of Fame, like dead ass.
That's why I did housekeeping about him not too long ago. I said, where is Leonard Ellaby, bro?
Yeah,
like where is he, bro? Like, and he from
like,
the crib.
That dude's voice. I miss that dude's voice. I'm just like, yeah,
That's
it was always.
Saying,
he
like
was class A entertainment. Like when he came out and just the facts, and like all my peoples that are like heavy Bud fans.
Yo,
he had these niggas on 10. He had them on 10 because when he was sitting on that couch and they had that interview with him, and they asked him about the Errol Spence and Fundora fight. He was like, what are we even talking about here? It's an in-house fight. It's family. Of course he's going to get that fight first.
But then here go Andre Ward. You know why you ain't get that fight, bud. You know why. Bro, the same reason you got the fight you got at Top Rank, bro. They get on my nerves with that. Try and make it seem like somebody hate Bud, or he just getting so super blackballed, bro. Y'all been doing the same thing, bro. Stop trying to make it seem like a conspiracy all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Because
You see, hey, AJ, you see how they making it look like Jamel is out begging for a fight. I said, he panhandling, he begging. I'm like, how is he begging now? Like, they just, like, it's all things
all the
PBC.
fighters, Bodywork.
It's like, it's all things PBC, though. It's like, if it's a PBC fighter, bro, like, it's hard because you control all of the media. It's not like, you only got to have all the advantages, but you got to control all of the voices, all of the media. It's like they taking the fun out of this shit, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, bro, they got all the fighters over there, bro. It's no fight. How's that begging? He telling y'all he want to fight. Send him a contract, bro.
Everybody, he said, I'll beat you. I'll take your boogeyman. Everybody like, oh, man, look at this guy begging. I'm like, bro, are you a boxing fan? Like, that's the question. Are you a boxing fan?
Who Boots want to fight if this Virgil fight don't go through?
That's what I wanted to hear from y'all. I ain't want to get into it because shit.
All right, yeah.
But no, I'm saying because the time. No, I ain't want to keep everybody. But like shit, I don't care. But like,
bro, who we gonna fight, bro?
But that's what I'm saying. I wanted to ask y'all because I'm like, look at where we at. It's been more than a quarter. That was November the 8th when he got in the ring. The fight hasn't been made. It looked like it ain't nowhere near being done. I told everybody don't get their blood pressure high because you're dealing with Eddie and Oscar. So who was Boots? That's what I was saying. I'm saying, so is Charlo wrong? He said, I'll take your boogeyman. Like, that's your answer right there. They like, nah, that porridge is too begging. You know what I'm saying? That porridge is
he begging. Like, come on, bro. That man was he unified all the belts. How is that man begging? Then they try to say, when he called out Bud, oh, he ain't won Bud. He did, bro. When he was the build up the Canelo, who he was calling out the whole time during that build up Canelo fight. He was like, Bud can get it after the fight. He said Bud can get it after. That was Bud who fought the Madrimov, man. Like, come on, they like to play games, man.
They said it like he threw a shot. Like now, asking for a fight is throwing a shot. It's like, man, we in the soft and sassy.
Because they trying to be that money Mayweather type. Bro, I heard Bud, and tell me if this wrong. I never seen a fighter in history degrade the fighter that they beat all that. He talking about some Earl had a machine behind him, bro. What machine did Earl have behind him? He tried to say that Earl had a machine behind him, and he never looked at Earl as a Canelo or who else? A Pacquiao. When he got to the division, he was calling out Earl first, and Earl went to my fight when I fought in his hometown. Like, bro, y'all, he's a terrible. That stuff when they say like your parents traumatize you. Maybe she did traumatize him because he's a real hater, bro. He hate how much love Earl gets. That's what it is. He always did. Cause look at him now. You can't get this man to get out the way of a camera. I'm watching the All-Star game and I go on Twitter. Him and Ant-Man taking pictures. I'm like, bro, go sit down. Go down, bro. That's what you wanted the whole time. Stop trying to play like you wanted legacy. Just like Shakur did. Y'all don't want legacy. Y'all want to be up under these celebrity nuts. He's going on. Aiden Ross talking about what Tio said. Bro, Aiden Ross.
I'm going to give y'all several names for Boots. Several names for Boots. I'm going to give y'all several names. All right, here we go. A possible Abbas Baru, Yoenis Tellus, Israel Madrimov, or Bakram.
No. Nah, man. Like, nah, man.
What they call it?
You gonna make me sound like a hater, man. I'm tired. Like, listen, you was about to get your tailor-made suit. You didn't get your tailor-made suit in Virgil. Okay, a lot of people believe in Virgil. I just think that he tailor-made. It's gonna be Roman. He's gonna be Martin Stanyalis, Romain Villa, like a little bit better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like a little better than that. Like, man, Jamel, bro. Because listen, if Devin is out here calling for Pacquiao, then listen, in 2026, they said his biggest fan is want Devin to fight Pacquiao. He don't want Keyshawn or Xander and Pacquiao.
Who said Pacquiao?
Jamel. And Jamel said, listen, Jamel said, and I'm not even saying no price. He said, send me an offer and show me what y'all think, and then give me a chance to respond. But I'll fight your boogeyman. And everybody's
to negotiate.
He's begging.
Yeah.
I'm like, we ain't got this is this
like,
is
yeah, give me, yeah, he was like, give me the chance to negotiate. Let's work it out. You feel what I'm saying? I see Mel wanting that fight, but the way I think they're gonna move Boots is probably one of these names. And all right, I feel like this. If things run the way they've been running, the most likely candidate might be Israel Majimov, because then you could tie it to Virgil and you can tie it to Buck.
That's sad,
And if
bro.
they want to try to keep building Boots the way they want to try to keep building him, instead of putting him, let him fucking, you're the intern, challenge Xander. You feel what I'm saying?
Gonna let Xander, he gonna do the Errol Spence thing, man. He gonna let Xander go ahead and try to get that third belt. Whoever come up out of that, he gonna let, if Fondor, the winner of that, and Xander, if Xander don't do this Josh Kelly, if Xander go do that Josh Kelly, it's a wrap. Like the man already on the outside looking in, bro. And we told everybody, why would you just drop your leverage?
Yeah.
You had the WBA, you had the IBF. You could have been the one to peel the paint off the boogeyman in background. You didn't do it. Josh Kelly did it. Now Josh Kelly got a contract with your name on it. An idea that you was gonna fight him next, but his own guy said nobody believed. I couldn't believe he said nobody believed. Yeah, we knew that. We got like, yeah, that's Freudian slip. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now that you got it, he said it is a little different now. But Boots, excellent fighter, brings nothing to the table. He said, I'm like, God damn. I said, Eddie, what are we doing, bro? But in Jermaine's wrong for Jermaine Boots. I mean, I can go on for days, man.
Bro, Eddie,
but that's what I'm saying as well. That's what I'm saying as well. So, being that he's on the outside looking in, you feel what I'm saying? And for Xander may look at that taking on the Josh Kelly in the UK as a plus for him, because now he has the chance to expand his crowd, and if he wins the fight, you're coming home with 3 of the straps. All you got to do is to wait for the winner of Sebastian and Keith, and you're in an undisputed fight. You feel what I'm saying? So at that particular point, Boots is looking at these people that that I'm talking, or he's looking at fighting a loser or somebody else. Other than that, I really don't know. I have no idea. I have no smart, rational things that I could kind of look at and say, yeah, this makes the most sense. But just to try to keep building him and keep his name relevant, if he goes in there and he fights an Israel Majimov and stops him, that's something Bud didn't do and Virgil didn't do.
I'm gonna tell you this, AC, bro. The crowd that they need, I'm gonna keep saying it, bro. Eddie don't know how to promote with the black community. That's where he needs to be. If anything, bro, fight Jamel. Like, all right, let's just take.
That's the only fight that makes sense to
that's
us.
What I'm saying, bro.
To us, that's the only fight that makes sense. But maybe for his career, as far as this weird ass public opinion, he may get some points on that. But I don't think those points extend to saying, all right, Boots versus Mel Charlo, they reinstate that ring status.
But what, how many fights he got?
They're gonna want to try to give Boots that victory, that moral victory, right because the fight is started. So the thing is, when Tyson Fury was saying, yeah, you still got to beat me for my lineal, in that case, that's the real thing. So if he actually wins that, you actually are now a real lineal champion, not that ring champion bullshit.
Let me insert something real quick. He got 35 fights, Aaron Jones.
God
but
damn.
18, but yeah, he got 35 fights, and you talking about building, like somebody like building. Listen. This is how I see it, man. This is my commercial for Boots. This is my PSA. My warning. We've seen this with Andre. Andre went over there thinking blah blah blah. That was the prime example. We've seen it with Sabril Matias, even though he got whatever he got lined up. We've seen people go over there and everything didn't happen for them. You know what I'm saying? But you allowed Devin to peel the luster off of Brian Norman. You allowed Josh Kelly to pull the luster off of Bachram. You let Xander unify. Abbas Baru peeled the luster off of your Ennis Tellers. You was spawned with Canelo. You said you gonna get undisputed. All of these things where you the A side, you the big whatever. There is no luster to be peeled off of Virgil Ortiz. We seen him get dropped twice by Bullchuck. So yeah, I mean, we seen Green Machine drop him too. Even though that's one of my guys, high knockout ratio, one of the highest knockout ratios. But we seen him get knocked down. He normally get up and do whatever. But there is no luster to be peeled off. Like we ain't see Jermell Charlo get knocked out, and he had all of the belts in your division. He got it's a pelt on the ball. Like you got other options. If it ain't Jermell, then what about Brandon Adams? Spin the block on Charles Conwell.
Bro,
Like,
it's
a couple options. Like Speedy Rashidi, he finally moved up to 54. Like, give us something we want instead of a Callum, a Madrimov. Now you got Karen. That wound up being a good fight, but it's been a Karen. It's been all these awkward ass, weird ass people. I don't think we still need to be building on them, and I think, man, if asking for Jermell Charlo is wrong, then I don't want to be right. At this stage,
I'm not. This is what I'm saying. I don't mean building him as far as building his career. I'm saying building him as keeping. I'm using the wrong word, but just saying as keeping him relevant within the boxing ethos. For me, looking at where we are in these social media champions and how the storylines unfold and stuff like that, right? Fighting Charles Conwell for us is, yeah, okay. That's a fight we can accept. That might be the fight that makes Charles Conwell get up in the morning and stuff like that and really take it serious. Maybe the awkward dude, he maybe wasn't waking up for the fight, but this may be the fight that wakes Charles Conwell up. I don't know, but where it may play out in the audience, this is gonna be sound a little weirdish, because the way they built Uisma Lima being the IBO champion would be like, listen, y'all would do a huge disservice if y'all don't put that same effort into if he wanted to fight a Charles Conwell or Brandon Adams. You feel what I'm saying? So if y'all gonna go out for Uisma Lima after he used all his leverage on that guy, then to keep this man relevant, you got to put the promotion in if he chooses a Charles Conwell or a Brandon Adams. For Israel Madrimov, there's a built-in storyline. You were supposed to have been chasing the Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Crawford moves up, he fights Israel Madrimov. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He fights Israel Madrimov. Virgil Ortiz moves up. He fights Israel Madrimov. They both got a unanimous decision. You beat that man and stop him. You feel what I'm saying? Which you can easily do. It's a fight to make you look good, so you become relevant within the boxing conversation. Yeah, he just did something both Bud and Virgil couldn't do. That's why motherfuckers don't want to fight Boots, because he do what these other niggas couldn't do. That's the talking point that they land their plane on. The mere fact that you stopped somebody that these other two guys couldn't.
That's why cool in the fight.
That's why for me, the fight makes the fight that it's sloppy thirds. It's a bunch of dudes running the train on the same broad. You feel what I'm saying? So for us type of fans, we're like, I don't really want to see that. But for the way they could build that fight, and if he goes out there and stops him, it puts him in the same talking points as oh shit, Shakur went out there and stopped Patty.
Well, let me say
like
this.
that.
Let me say this what I'm gonna rest that on Boots, man. If this is the way I see it, because I've been listening to the talking points. They ran down on Virgil and they said, oh, we the A side, and they wanted to argue in this. I was like, man, you running down on that man at his fight. He had the stars out. Earl Spence, Jamel Troller, everybody in and around the weight class, you know what I'm saying, was there. Like, he brought people out or whatever, so he had leverage. And he was talking about Spence. Okay, you mad. But you said you the A side. If that's not happening, it's been over a quarter. You went down, you got in the ring, just like T.O. and Richardson Hitchens when he got in there when he stopped Cambodia. You got in the ring. It's been over a quarter. That fight's not happening. You are the A side to everybody, I would guess, that doesn't have a fight or is scheduled to fight. What's the problem?
Yes.
What are you doing? What are we doing? We just sitting by the dock of the bay, like I said last week, wasting time.
Yep.
So it's like, don't be mad at me, man, because I'm like, I told you about Eddie. I said it. That's why I got a right to say whatever, man, because Boots, you just, man, your prime and all that, you can say whatever you want. You can politic. The reason why you let all these guys peel the luster off for all of these guys, and come to think about it, you actually turned down a Virgil Ortiz fight, a turkey bag at that. But you said you wanted to get undisputed. You went and got Stan Giannis, and then you jumped your ass up and left your leverage. Like, what are we doing, bro? No leverage, no plan. Josh Kelly signed with a contract on your name with it and said he got nothing to offer. Well, duh, he got something to offer. You got a contract. Enforce your contract. Like, do something, bro.
Mel presents the real threat of Boots getting knocked the fuck out. Boots has lived in this 35 fight.
Look at Bakram, like inactivity. You could catch him like Kelly did. Like you could catch Kelly like Kelly did Bakram. Like you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like what's the problem?
That's your victory. And you actually become a real lineal champion. So for me, I have no issues with the fight. That's the fight. I'm like, Boots, if you say who you are, that Madrimov bullshit is just some bullshit. The fight for you 1,000% is Mel Charlo, because he fucking called you out. That's number one. Number two, he's on an interview saying he's willing to negotiate with you guys. Just give me a starting point.
And not begging. That's not begging either.
You feel what I'm saying? And he's not begging. He's saying, listen, if your boy is who y'all say he is, let me and him get it on. That's the realest shit. And then he's saying, I'm a dog. I didn't lose none of my belts to nobody in this division. I'm still a man in this division. But now the politics of this bullshit is trying to push me out and make me seem like I ain't never did this shit. So I'm rocking 1,000% with Mel. You feel what I'm saying? For me, there's this little piece that says there's this dark reality that he might go in this direction, because there's the real possibility that a hungry Mel, and Mel said, I'm hungry all over again. And that's when the fucking dumbass question, you gave him the props. You said that's like his thing when he was like, so why are you here? What do you want to do here? Why? And I was just like, how could you say that after he just said that, bro? Come on, man. What is that? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. But the man said, I'm hungry. And when you have a hungry Jamel Charlo, that's a disaster for me for Jerome Boots Ennis. And that sad part of the 6 ducks, followed by the article that you read after we went over that, by the sports person or whatever, who was saying the 4 most common ways fighters duck. Yeah. I'm like, That makes perfect sense. You're gonna go. I think you're gonna go in that Majimoff direction. Do you feel what I'm
Nasty
saying?
work, man. Nasty work, man.
Nasty. Just like
But
ew. I'm buying an 11-foot pole because I don't want to touch that shit with a 10-foot pole. That's how nasty that shit is.
word, man. You know, shit, we gonna talk again because it's fight week, man. I appreciate your time, Aaron Jones. I appreciate you, AC, for always jumping on. D Caligo, I ain't get to say, I appreciate your time as well, man. All of the 300 showed up. I appreciate all of the support, man. We had a good time. I think there was a lot to be said in this one, man, and we ain't gonna stop, man. What y'all got? Real quick.
I wanted to point this out real fast. At the end of the day, in this episode, you hear the co-host and the host in disagreement in certain situations, but we still push on to have a great conversation, and the disagreements bring something to the conversation and maybe a different perspective. You feel what I'm saying? So this is what this channel is about. We try to find solutions, and sometimes those solutions may be ugly as hell and something that we may have to grow into accepting, or something that just says, yeah, I'm happy it didn't go that direction. I'm proud that the fighter chose the high road instead of the low road. Now you showing us who we are, and I get to back off on you because you did something that shows, you ready to let your nuts hang and run your own course. So at the end of the day, that's where I want to leave it. Great episode, great chopping it up with everybody. Another amazing show.
Appreciate you, AC. Thank you, sir. Well put, man. What you got, AC, AJ?
Yeah, it's just one simple thing, man. Like AC said at the beginning, I love how you, AC, whoever on the panel, all got different opinions, but we all could just come together to one common goal, and that's boxing, man. I be on TikTok a lot. Zach got a page, Zab Judah. He be on there with Corey Spanks and a whole bunch of other people. Bro, Zab Judah say something. Everybody in agreement to it. No matter, you could tell they be having their own point of view sometimes, whatever it may be, good or bad takes. They all got their own opinions, and it amazes me that y'all can all come together and just have a different opinion, not going like just because you see a boxer come on or somebody that know or be around it more to y'all don't just be like, yes sir. Like, this, I think this is the only page that do that, and I'm not even lying. Everybody is with the Get With crew, and I ain't feeling it, man. Like, you could say Shakur did his thing, bro, but you don't gotta, be like nobody can beat him right now, or who can beat him, bro. There's plenty of fights, and that debunked the whole thing that everybody was ducking him. There's plenty of fighters that want to fight Shakur. Like, everybody should be able to voice their opinion. This ain't we not all under Turkey. Y'all don't work for Turkey, so state your own opinions, bro. Like, y'all don't gotta go with the narrative. That's what makes boxing fun. That's what made it fun back in the day. That's what's making it even better now that we got boxing to do that with. But the way they pushing it is only one fighter that they want to push at a time. And it's truly sad. But Bodywork, bro, if y'all all listen to whoever listening, bro, it's the home of the truth, man. The boxing truth. No other channel doing it like my man's doing it, bro. And I hope y'all continue to support. That's all I got, though, big brother.
Thanks, AJ, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate your contributions and your time, man. Have a good week, man. We'll chop it up. But yeah, man, a great cook. Went well along. I ain't planning for it to go that long, but If you catch us on the playback, talk to me. Holler at me. I'll talk back. This is Fruits and Veggies, not that Reggie. Fact-based content, not opinion-based, even though we have ours. Silence is consent is the mantra of the channel, which means all it takes for evil to prevail is for men and women to remain silent. So we speak to the things that need to be spoken to in the sport of boxing. You know, just an alternative to what everybody say, a different perspective, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Thanks to the 300 who came out and supported. Hopefully you was able to put something in your rucksack and march on with it. And these are the conversations that get you in between the fights. I'll be back again, you know, speaking on some things, man. I just wanted to know, man, about Dev and these A-side problems, man. I wonder where he's gonna go and what we're gonna get. If it's a Manny Pacquiao, I'm gonna talk some shit. Thanks for choosing Bodywork Boxing. Well, we don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
He didn't want to box. He wanted to actually prove that he could punch with you. He was like, what the fuck is this nigga, right? Oh, okay, you want to go to sleep. You tired.
Welcome to